It is the year 0096 of the Universal Century. Almost a full century has passed since Earth began moving its burgeoning population into gigantic orbiting space colonies. A new home for mankind where people are born and raised and podcast. With two Neo-Zeon wars and Char becoming space dust with his life partner, the crew of On the Shoulders of Giants found themselves wondering, surely they won't just make another Char with even sillier style choices. Before our crew can even consider this, much like a heterosexual couple looking for a cool bisexual goth girl to join them in the bedroom to spice up their marriage, they find a unicorn. With the old wounds of the Universal Century festering, can our crew survive even more dead women to find the secret of the box?
I've never betrayed anyone in my entire life.
Welcome to On the Shoulders of Giants, a giant robot power hour discussing mechs across media, their stories, and why we love them. I'm Alice, and I'm joined by Brian.
Welcome, listeners. Today, I'm podcasting from the fucked up double-sided vertical classroom. This episode's coherence does rely on you being able to view 8-point text from a sidelong angle in anti-gravity from the back of the room. Let's proceed.
And unfortunately, Nico is going through cyber new type reconditioning so that she'll actually show up to our podcast recordings. So we are joined, well, we were going to be joined, but now filling in our third seat in the cockpit is its-erin.
Hi, my name is Banshee Lynx, and if you believe in anything, I will fight you.
This time, we're going to finally discuss how maybe, just maybe, Anaheim Electronics is profiting off of people suffering in an endless cycle of war and violence. Just maybe. Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn Gundam. Let's launch into it.
We're gonna come back to that Anaheim Electronics thing near the end. That's a big one.
So first things first, we have to introduce our guest. Hello, we are joined this episode by its-erin of its-erin.com or its-erin on Blue Sky. Erin here is great posting. Hey, by the way, go check out Erin's
do my
posting.
best.
But also is the author and developer of Letter to the Golden Witch, an Umi Neko fan work with over 100,000 written words. Erin, tell us about making an entire... You call it an episode. I feel like the amount of words makes it more than one episode.
So it is sort of like an episode of Umi Neko is about 100,000 words. So what I wrote is pretty much in line with that, and it's also like structured the same. So it's the best name for it, really. I don't know why I made it. I went a little bit insane after reading Umi Neko, and I really just wanted to put something out
that's just
about it.
That's a murder mystery visual novel, right? It's just a really well written one of those.
If you know about Higurashi, which is I think the more mainstream.
It's like the follow-up to Higurashi.
Yeah. I just looked it up. Higurashi itself, throughout its whole run, has over 1 million words in it.
Yes, that's right. It's very long. There's
so
a lot of words.
You're a tenth of that.
Yeah.
Yes, and Umi Neko itself is also about 1 million words. So, yeah, it's a lot. I still kind of can't believe that I made it because it took me about 3.5 years. I'm like not a programmer.
Oh, wow.
I had to reverse engineer the engine, and I didn't have any documentation until near the end. So it was I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
When
and
you just have the passion, it can drive you to do some things.
You were possessed by the passion and the need. Yeah.
I was really, really obsessed for a long time, and that's what powered me through. I'm still really proud of it as a work. There's like a lot I would do differently now from like a writing perspective, but
isn't that every art, every creation?
I have to be so proud of it because it was so much work, and I finished it. It's done. I made it.
I think that's the biggest
I think that's something
thing
to be really proud of. Yeah,
that's a tremendous achievement.
Especially in the fan novel community, you see a lot of these kind of spin-offs instead of, most people just do an AO3, I'm going to write my special little guy, but you actually did the whole fucking thing, and I think that's worth showing.
Yeah, for me, the thing about Umineko and about, I suppose, visual novels in general is I really believe in them as a medium. I think they're like a really interesting way of telling stories, the way that all the music and the visuals sort of interplay with the text. And even just the way that the text is displayed on screen gives it a very different feeling to just reading, prose.
We should have had you for Coquette Dragoon. We should have had you on. Yeah, oh my god.
I've been meaning to read that for a long time, so that would have been great. That would have been good. Good excuse for me to get on it.
But yeah, it's a great medium because when you read any regular book and you're just like, man, what if the author could just put emphasis in certain places or drop some music notes on me? It really elevates reading a novel in a way that I really enjoy. I love a kinetic novel. I love any of this. But
I still feel like I'm learning when I'm writing sort of more regular prose and what I've been writing more recently. I still feel like I'm learning how to pace and how to emphasize in ways that work in that medium, because I kind of got it in visual novels and I don't really get it in prose still, I don't think. Which I think just goes to show just how different they are.
We have to talk about a few of your short stories. So the other thing that is very important, and also to tie this in, is that Aaron has wrote a few great short stories related to Mecha. I want to shout those out now. So the three that you sent me are Anti-Plug, Propylene, and my personal favorite, High Maintenance Speed Whore.
That's my favorite too. It's my favorite as well.
These are all kind of short, really easy bite size. I would recommend our readers. These will be on the Webzone or through its-erin.com. But these are all just really good bite size. And if you're into mechs, these are good. One of my, I didn't want to talk too much about the specifics, but there's one line from High Maintenance Speed Whore that I love, which
gets everyone.
That night, you realize you've forgotten what it felt like to acquire and dispatch a target, and you cry again. I love it. I love being a weapon of war that can't be a weapon of war anymore. These are great. Tell me why write these? These are very cute little cute quote unquote little vignettes.
So I think if you dig up my other account on Blue Sky, that can be linked or something, but if you dig up the posts on there when I've posted these stories, I've been pretty open about my inspirations for each one of them. They're all, I call them exploitation pieces. These are all part of this genre that's sort of downstream of Warhound. Yeah. And Kelly is a friend of mine, and her work, I've been a fan of it since long before she even wrote Warhound. But I sort of wrote all three in part as almost as a thank you to that community and the friends that I made there, because I was going through a pretty tough time last year, and it was those were all the people who really helped me through that. So I wanted to thank them by writing something in their sort of space.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, Anti-Plug was the most that was just I want to write something here. A few friends had written works that were called Strays and Catching Strays, and those really inspired me with that sort of post-war setting. And I just had a few ideas for that and thought it would be interesting. Obviously, I think the way that I describe the Anti-Plug effect in that is very relatable to anyone who suffers from depression or
it really resonated.
Anything like that. Yeah. So there was a lot of that in there. Propylene is just sort of a mishmash of ideas. I was one of my favorite films is Sorcerer. I don't know if either of you have seen it. That was sort of a visual inspiration. But there's also Stalker, Mad Max Fury Road, and a little bit of
a lot of Stalker out of it.
There's a lot of Stalker in there for
Picnic,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of also. I was binging some King Giz at the time. I'm wearing a King Giz shirt right now. And one of their albums is like very much in the same vein. So it was, I wouldn't say that there was much. I didn't put a terrible amount of like emotional depth into it, but it's just a lot of things that I like that I thought would be fun to sort of put into a short story. And it came out really quick. I wrote it in a couple of days.
Highly recommend. Again, links to those will be on the website. But also, Aaron, it's your first time here.
Yes.
So we have to get some groundwork done, which is, we talk about Mechs a lot. People know what we like in Mechs, but they don't know about you, Aaron. And you're filling in the third seat, so I really got to grill you on this. What's your favorite Mech?
That's really hard, honestly. I would say that there's probably like 5 or 6 that I like, and they're all Universal
Rapid
Century Mechs. I like the new Gundam, Sazabi, Hyakushiki, Kshatriya, and honestly the Sinanju. I'd say that those are my big ones.
The Sinanju,
I love her.
Oh my god, it's so that's the mobile suit. There's only
beautiful.
one mobile suit.
The new Gundam, such an interesting choice. Is it just because of the story around it, or are you just like, do you like the Verka version, or are you into the
I do.
OG?
I have a Verka. I'm looking at my Verka on my shelf right now. I really like it. I think honestly my favorite thing about it is just that funnel rack. I really love the way it sort of evokes like a cape or a wing while being this like interesting asymmetrical shape. I haven't really seen anything else like it in mech design like before or since. There's not really anything else that looks like it.
Everybody just
and I just love that vibe. Yeah. And I just like that it's like it's sort of an even more like action hero version of like of a regular Gundam. It's got like slightly darker colors and it's a bit like taller, more human proportioned. I just think that's really cool.
Yeah, it is. So we've got that. We've got your kind of. Would you say you're UC pilled? Are you really lined in the UC?
I really am. Yeah, I definitely am.
What about the UC makes it stand out over, some of the other timelines like Double O or I don't know that piece of shit Seed?
I think what really speaks to me about it is that, I mean, Tomino as a writer and director has some, I would say, some issues, mostly with women but also with other things. And that's like you kind of have to work with that, but there's like a real, very like human emotional depth to his characters, and I find myself sort of getting drawn in by how like I don't really know how to put it. The characters will do things that seem on their face very almost like random or unmotivated, and it's kind of up to you to figure out like what it is that's motivating these characters, because it's not really like told to you explicitly a lot of the time.
Right.
And I really enjoy that type of story. That sort of thing really, it's very fun to dig into, that kind of thing.
Especially when so many characters on screen are having these moments that they are struggling with in their own way. I think of Chan in Char's counterattack. Who's just like, she's on screen. She's not really talking about it, but she's struggling with it. So when I asked you to come on this one, you picked Unicorn, but obviously some others had already been chosen. So I do want to ask, what's your favorite of the Gundam series?
It's definitely Turn A, and I don't think it's close, like at all.
Yes.
I rewatched Turn A recently, and I think I like it even more the second time round, and it was already my favorite thing ever. So
it's a show where on my consecutive watches, I just fell in love with it more. Like I have more of a fun time each time I watch it, but I love My Little Blorbos. I love that one.
I think specifically with Unicorn, there's some interesting parallels to draw between the way that Banishia is written as someone who's sort of like he's almost trying to fill this role of being a pacifist in a way that I think like Loran succeeds in very well from like a writing standpoint. And I think it's interesting to compare those two things. Obviously, we'll get to that later, but.
Yeah, Banagher tries to do the no-kill run, but realizes that you can't always do a no-kill run. Versus whatever is happening in Turn A with the Louisiana militia somehow never dying, ever, next to explosions. Okay. But welcome to the podcast. I've strapped you in. Unfortunately, there is no release, so you're here for the whole episode. So
okay, I'm here for the whole time.
The full armor. Podcast. So let's talk about Unicorn Gundam, guys. So
Okay.
this was produced in between 2010 and 2014 as an OVA series, and re-released in 2016 as a repackaged TV series. This was produced by, hold your breath, Sunrise.
Whoa.
This is 7
What?
OVA films.
Really?
6 of those have a 50-minute runtime, and the final one has a runtime of 90 minutes. It's a full movie. Originally, this was going to be the 6, but they added the movie because they felt that they couldn't do all of the fun shit without a full cap episode, which I get. Is this part of a franchise? Yes! This is part of the Gundam franchise. Whoa.
Really? I had no idea. I just watched it. I didn't know what was happening.
This is your entry point. This came after the 2008 Gundam 00 and before the 2015 Gundam Reconquista in G. So by this point, the entire franchise was so in motion. There's like 8 other animes that came out at the same time of this. Build Fighters is in there, Gundam Age. Just the flooding of the zone of Gundam is in full swing in the 2010s. Production notes. This was originally a serialization written by Harutoshi Fukui. This was produced, written in 2007 to 2009 for Gundam Ace, which is a monthly shonen manga produced by Kadokawa Shoten, which started quarterly, but now is published monthly. Yes, this is just a magazine about Gundam.
Yep.
That's it. Many of the Gundam side story mangas come from this. It was published as a 10-volume novel compilation after it was made. Then a manga adaptation was published, also in Gundam Ace, from 2010 to 2016 while the anime was out. It was then adapted into the OVA series. So many of the manga designs are what became the designs in the show. Cool thing. So this was directed, the actual show was directed by Kazuhiro Furuhashi, who did Spy X Family, Hunter x Hunter, and Amatsuki. Pretty banger. The scripts were written by Yasuyuki Muto. Just a guy. He writes stuff. Mechanical design was by Hajime
Katoki.
I'm not even high for this one. R0083 G Gundam Wing and Turn A King. This guy has made some of my favorite designs in Gundam.
Yeah, Katoki, one of my goats for sure.
He's so good. It was adapted for the anime by Clamp superstar Kumiko Takahashi, who adapted his manga designs for actual moving in a thing. Music was composed by Hiroyuki Sawano, who did Attack on Titan, Gundam Narrative, and Hathaway.
Oh, wow.
As well as Aldno Zero, 86, Solo Leveling, Kill la Kill, Kabanari of the Iron Fortress, and basically any anime I love the music in. This person fucking
That's
cooked.
interesting. I felt like the music in this was so forgettable, but there's some bangers on that list.
I want to quote the wiki directly on something, which is Sawano has discussed building distinct leitmotifs, which I had to look up what that is, which is a soundscape that plays when a character is doing something. For Banashir, the Unicorn Psycho Frame, and the political mystery around the box. Mixing Latin choir, electronic percussion, and strings to convey sacred intensity during transformations and large-scale battles. I think that's one of the things that makes this show great for me. Like when the Castrakia is doing shit and its leitmotif plays, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in
I think like I don't know if I love how the show sounds necessarily or how the music sounds, but I really like the way that the music is used. In that way, I think it works pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So this show was planned to appeal to Universal Century fans, but be readable to new viewers. I think a lot of people you'll talk to about this will say that this is the UC fans Gundam. Like, everything on screen is just there to be like, oh my god, I love the Universal Century. Oh my god, is that the Gaza Sea?
If you like the UC Mechs, you're just going to have a good time looking at the UC mobile suits in this show.
Oh my god, yeah.
And I'm clapping. This mimicked a lot of the original Gundam in its politics and tone. We're rehashing the Zeon Federation fight, kinda. It was originally planned for the episodes, blah, blah, blah. The note of why they made the last episode so long is they wanted to fully highlight La Vie en Rose. We gotta give our girl her flowers.
Okay.
Sure. I guess you can do that. You can do that.
Was also planned to release simultaneously worldwide, which is the first Gundam property to ever do so. So this is where we start to see, hey, the OVA is out here. It's out in Japan at the same time. We don't have to wait for shitty Fran translations. This was re-edited to a 22-episode TV series, Re-0096. There were minimal additional scenes, but a new OP and ED. Honestly, the OVA is the perfect vessel to watch this. I can't really recommend the show because it chops it down too much. Each movie is a 3-act structure. They do the whole thing.
When I first watched Unicorn a few years ago, I sort of just took a look at the TV version afterwards, just out of curiosity, and I definitely wasn't like terribly impressed with it. I think it just definitely makes more sense as an OVA.
Square peg, round hole kind of vibe. The OVA was a commercial success. Advanced screenings and multiple discs and collectible editions led to 1.9 million discs sold by mid-2014. That's a lot for movies. Episode 7's theatrical release pulled in 300 million yen, making it one of the best performing Gundam movies, except for the recent ones, which have thrown the scale off pretty much entirely. The Gunpla kits from the show shook up the stagnant Bandai designs. And the Unicorn Perfect Grade is still lauded as one of the best premium kits in the UC line. This basically saved it. So if you've ever built Gunpla, there's a very clear demarcation line from pre-Unicorn kits in that they are kind of janky, not that great, very motoroid, and post-Unicorn where they're like, what if we actually did these good? And we made a shit ton of them.
The real grade line specifically is such a perfect like microcosm of this. The pre-Unicorn real grades, they're all floppy and saggy, and they suck, and you can't pose them. They can't hold a gun. And then the post-Unicorn ones almost all just did away with advanced MS joint stuff, and they can pose, they can hold their weapons. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful time.
And they're just a better build, honestly.
Yeah,
the
they really
lines
are.
on the kits are just better. It's so insane. Most of my kits are Unicorn because of that.
I'm very glad they waited until after Unicorn to do the new Gundam and Sazabi real grades. Like, thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
Speaking of, I picked up my my real grade Grandpa 3.0, and I'm very excited to finally have a good Grandpa kit.
Yeah, good one. Good one.
Hey guys, this is the part where I ask you, what did you know about Unicorn Gundam before we got here? Brian, we'll start with you.
I just knew that it was one of the Gundams. I didn't know anything else about it other than the Unicorn is in Jivo, isn't it? I don't know why I'm using present tense. Was.
Yes, it is.
So that was the first time I saw the Unicorn Gundam, and I said I don't like that thing at all, and I still don't. So
what about when it activated its ult for 5 seconds? It looked kind of cool.
I don't think that I'm okay. I'm going to say this right now. I think that the 2 Gundams in the show are the worst mechs I've ever seen. And that's a very high barrier to entry for me.
I'm setting this over here.
Show.
I'm setting this in this.
Yeah,
I'll address this later.
But that's relevant because that was my knowing of Unicorn, was that it had the worst Gundams. That's all I knew about it.
I get that.
Yeah.
Aaron, what about you? What did you know about Unicorn Gundam?
I mean, before being invited on, I had already seen it, so it was just a rewatch. But before I'd ever seen it, I think, I had also already played Gundam Evolution a bit at that point. So I had a similar thing where I was like, oh, Unicorn's the one with the weird green Gundam.
It does the green thing.
It is green for a very long time. It takes a while for it to be green. It mostly goes big and red.
Yeah. And pink.
And pink. That's
sometimes
true.
pink.
Sometimes pink.
Before we watched this, I had also watched this. Before I watched this Gundam period, I not really on my radar, which is weird because I built a couple of kits from it before I even watched the show. But it was one of those ones that was, I got spoiled on what Laplace's box was, and I had no real want to watch the show. And I didn't realize that the juice is the meat of it. It's just watching Mechs.
I don't want to talk about that till we get
we
there.
can't talk about it yet.
I'm embargoing Laplace's box.
No, we have to wait until the very end to talk about that.
Yeah.
We do have to go through a couple of different coordinates before we can get to talking about Laplace's box.
Exactly.
But that's it. Once I did watch it, I'll level with you. I sometimes just go back to episode 4 from this. Just episode 4.
Yeah.
There are other parts that I love. I'll just watch clips from this, like the General Revel getting its ass handed to it will live rent free in my head forever. But what happened in Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn? Let's read the synopsis that I wrote because
Okay.
Banshee Lynx is an orphan going to Anaheim Electronics School on Industrial 7. That is, until he gets caught up in a grand conspiracy centered around a mysterious item called Laplace's box. When the Federation's ECOAS strike force, by the way, real pause right here, record scratch sound. Do you guys know what the ECOAS stands for?
No.
I don't know what it stands for.
Don't worry, I'm here to tell you. It stands for Earth, Colony, and Asteroids.
What?
E for Earth, CO
No,
for Colony, and
I don't-
AS for Asteroids. ECOAS.
That's not a very good one.
Okay.
I don't like that.
That's weak shit.
Anyway, back to this.
Yeah, that's-
But I just
it's
when I
not
read
good.
that, I was like, no, it's not. That's fucking stupid.
When I was watching it this last time, we took to just calling them U.S. Naval Intelligence, which I think is about correct.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Yep.
They got real
Yeah.
Oni vibes from Halo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When the Federation's ECOAS strike force and the Neo Zeon sleeves both committing horrible war crimes to try and capture the key to the box, Banshee has to pilot that key, which turns out to be the Unicorn Gundam, and not actually a key at all. Did I mention Mineva Zabi is here? By the way, Banshee saves her, and the two go on a journey across the many sites of the horrible war crimes of the past, guided by the Unicorn Gundam. Both Neon Zeon and the Federation get involved, trying to capture the box for themselves. A lot of really cool mech fights happen, people switch sides, and a lot of people die. And a dude named Full Frontal shows up with stolen Char Valor. We get another Gundam, but it's black this time. its-erin goes full incel mode, and we learn that Laplace's box is the most don't think about it too long reveal you've ever seen.
Or
But
like
hey-
much at all, to be honest.
But hey, we travel through time and find out that the Ghost and Gundam are real, and that the entire secret to stopping the cycle of endless war and violence was, hey, just try and understand each other.
I'm
And with
so
that-
upset that Nico's sick for this because
For the Nut
this is
Gig
the nut
episode?
gig. This is the nut gig show. This is the nut gig OVA.
With that, let's head to the break.
Hi guys, it's break time. You can put down the taser. I'm not here to seduce you anymore. That's passed on to Alice, who's plucking away at a new version of that second break she does. This one's going to be part business as usual and part me bloviating about something I really want you all to do. Business as usual. We have content warnings in the episode descriptions. Read them if you want to know what we will be talking about. Our website is full of visual references and is also an immaculate web domain that signifies a better era of internet. And we'd love if you told your friends about it and went to it and used it to look at the things that we're talking about in case you're not watching or reading or playing or whatever along with us. You probably knew all that already, so let me get to the other thing before I put you back in the capable hands of my co-hosts. Starting in May, a membership tier is going to be available on our Ko-Fi. That's ko-fi.com/osgpod. This membership tier is $1 per month. You're probably saying, yeah, okay, that sounds fine, but the show is free and you've committed to remaining free, so what gives, idiot? Let me tell you. Alice, Iris, Jay, and I are starting a new limited run monthly podcast on the Fast and the Furious franchise called Cars Don't Fly. You'll get access to that so long as you're sub to that membership tier, just like any other subscription podcast. Cars Don't Fly is very much OSG material, but focused on a very different genre. And I'm also doing like tons of like independent research. I'm watching all the commentaries. I want to speak from a slightly more elevated place in terms of like what we know about the media itself and what makes it tick. We have some guests lined up. I think it's going to be like an all-out blast. I really hope you're interested in joining us for that journey. Again, you can get that sub at ko-fi.com/osgpod starting in late May. If you have already supported us on Ko-Fi for any amount before this, I want you to be grandfathered in. You're eligible just to receive the RSS link via email. Unfortunately, tips don't equate to us having your contact information. All they let me do is like comment and say thank you. I can't like tell who you are or how to get to you. So all I can do is offer. The cutoff on that is May 20th. So email us at questions@osgpod.com or DM us on Blue Sky. If you're one of those people, and I'll just give you that RSS link. Sorry, this was a long one. I'm going to give you back to the show now. Don't forget to get into Cars Don't Fly. Bye.
Okay, we're back from the break. Aaron, you've heard of Nutgig, Nico's unified theory of ghosts in Gundam. In which ghosts in Gundam are real. You agree with this theory, right?
A real and a renewable resource in space, which is an important aspect when you think about what the fuck the Sinanju is doing in the last episode.
There's a lot of ghosts in Unicorn for sure.
Yeah.
We love to be visited by the ghost of our friend. What's his name? Daugaza Mackel, the U.S. Naval Intelligence churd. His ghost is just all over the place in this show.
Who's his English VA? Because it's one of those guys that I know from
I don't know.
everything.
I don't know. I watched it. I haven't watched it in English.
Yeah, I watched it in the original language, French. Thank you.
The Mineva Zabi voice actress has a lisp that is just like perfect for Mineva Zabi.
Okay,
yeah,
well that sounds really cute. Yeah,
it's adorable. So let's talk about it. So I've broken this down into three parts to kind of give us a way to compartmentalize what's going to happen. So let's jump in with part 1. Banashir Lynx, an autistic orphan space noid being raised by Anaheim Electronics, gets caught up in Mineva Zabi's plan to stop the next big war. Unlucky for the two of them, literally all the adults want to start the next big war. The Viz Foundation entrusts Banashir with the Unicorn Gundam, which is the key to the mysterious Laplace's box. Full Frontal and Neo Zeon and the Federation cause untold destruction, and the Unicorn falls to Earth. So we have a lot that happens here. To kind of just talk about the setting of this, Banashir Lynx is a Gundam protagonist of all time.
Okay, I have a small rant about Banashir Lynx's
I'm ready.
place in the so far 1 year pod protagonist Hall of Fame. Okay, Amuro is an asshole in a tragic way. Ko's an asshole in a pathetic way. Mark Curran is an asshole in a Vancouver way. Judah's an asshole in a funny way. And Camille is my perfect boy who's never done anything wrong. Banashir Lynx is just an asshole. He's just like a jerk. And I love him. This is my tier maker of Gundam protagonists based on what type of asshole they are. It's just Banashir Lynx doesn't care about his friends. He's literally, whatever's in front of him is the most important thing in the universe, and everything else is just garbage to him. It's incredible.
That's absolutely true.
I love it. It's so entertaining to me.
I do love him as a character because for this first part specifically, his motivation is, hey, that's a woman falling from the sky. I'm dedicating my life to this angel.
to the point that when she is about to say, please go home and resume your life, he's like, no, you have to tell me to stay or I'll do something that'll get me on the news. Like, it's crazy.
Him and Rini are constantly putting pressure on Mineva Zabi in a microwave of what the whole world is.
One of the ways I like to think about my Gundam protagonists is whether or not they're posting on the Mobile Suit Enthusiast forums. Amuro is posting. Yes. Camille has been banned like 6 times. He's on alts. Judo, I don't think is posting.
No.
Banashir definitely, he doesn't strike me as a guy who's posting.
Lurker.
And yet
he's
but he's at the Anaheim Electronics School.
He's a lurker.
I just think that's interesting.
He's a lurker. He's a lurker who will explode out of nowhere. And he's like, and you're like, has this guy been on the forum the whole time? Because he knows everything, but I've never heard him post, and he's just absolutely crashing out.
Every post because that reply was targeted in its violence. He really went NT destroyer mode on these guys. To circle back just real quick, I just wanted to say that Daugaza Mackel is voiced by Richard Epcar, who is Bato from Santa Cloud Complex.
Yes,
oh,
shit.
Okay.
And he is just doing the Bato voice.
That deserves that guy deserves a Bato for sure.
That totally tracks. Yeah, that makes total sense.
So we're on Industrial 7, which is in the shoal zone of Side 5. And not to get into every little thing that this show does, but I just want to point out that this is like looking back at all of the shit that has ever happened in Gundam and saying, how can I evoke that? How can I reference that? Side 5, destroyed. What if we were just there with the builder of the colonies? And also, Anaheim Electronics was here running a school for people to make the next horrible war machine.
Yep.
Beyond fucked. And right away you're like,
crazy.
wow, this is an indoctrination program and it's incredibly grim.
They get sent out in Zucks, which, hey guys, shout out to the Londo Bell Zucks. The Zucks are here. Those little mobile suits, they're doing little exercises. We also get like the 1 year war museum here at the same time, which is just like insane.
Yeah, like the Anaheim Electronics 1 year war museum. Like, what's going on with that?
What are we doing on Industrial 7? But I like how the characters, we get good framework. So Banasher's friends, boy and girl, who are very deep and important to the plot because girl gets mad that Banasher likes another girl and boy is autistic about Gundams. And their power combined will support Banasher through this entire thing.
Like a little bit. They'll support him like a little bit.
I'm not sure Banasher speaks to this girl one time. This is where my asshole rant came from.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit about
He
either
doesn't
of these two people.
care about them.
It's so funny.
It kind of leads into like when everything sort of all this shit goes down at Industrial 7 a bit later on, in episode 1. It's weird how like they pay a lot of attention to the scale of destruction as like a spectacle, but they don't really spend that much time on the like actual sort of emotional effects of having been there. Banasher doesn't seem to care. Really?
Right.
He yells about it a little bit, but he doesn't seem any more distressed about it than anything else that's already happened. It's really weird.
There's a background radiation massacre meter that he's like willing to put up with, and I think it doesn't reach a maximum until later in the show.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
So to talk about the first fight, because what happens here is he saves Minerva. We get some good colony porn in this. Again, I can't just get into the details, but if you like all of the weird small stuff in Gundam, this does so much to just be like, oh, that's fucking cool as hell.
I have a question for you, Alice.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the fact that instead of having like a title card or like establishing shots, this show just shows GMs and Jagans getting obliterated by sleeves as scene transitions? Like, it is just like every time a new thing is happening, it's the Kshatriya blowing up some Jagans or something. It's like, at least it's especially in the first few episodes, it's like constant.
Here's the thing. I love a GM. I love a GM more when it's getting fucking destroyed by the sexiest woman in space. Let's talk about it. Let's just get into it. So, the fight that happens is pretty stupid. Banasher gets shoved into the unicorn by his dad that he doesn't know is his dad. The Earth Federation forces try and stop the sleeves getting the box by, and I'm checking my notes here, killing 5,000 civilians per minute inside of this colony. But how does this start? That's right. They start shooting first. Federation shoots first. And the sleeves deploy. We can just talk about her. Greatest mech in this fucking series. The Kshatriya.
I love her so much.
The NZ666 Kshatriya, which is piloted by Marita Cruz.
I love her too.
This hurt me so deeply. I love Marita Cruz. I love the Kshatriya. The Quinn Mantha is here. The New Azil is here. The Quebly is here.
Yes.
Like they're all. This is like the culmination of a specific design language that like it hit so hard for me. My jaw was on the floor.
It's a culmination of all these like beautiful, almost like all a little bit like underappreciated mobile suits. I feel like I'm bringing them all together into one beautiful machine that everyone loves. It's like you love it.
It's incredible. It looks so good.
And like you can really
animates
see
so beautifully.
The precursor to this, the NZ000, the Quinn Mantha from Double Zeta. Like you can see where it comes from that, but it pulls in all of these Neo Zeon designs. I think one of the cool parts about this series is I think this is the series where I started caring about the identification numbers and the manufacturing companies behind the different suits, because there is a pretty consistent theming through them. Anyway, I don't know if we got this on mic. Why are they called the sleeves, Aaron?
Because of their cute little cufflinks, the little cuffs that they wear.
That's right.
They're very cute.
So Marita is a cyber new type, and just fucking kills 5,000 Jagans. We also get some cool, like, oh yeah, sorry.
There's that one Jagan pilot that goes kind of ham and looks
He's
like
trying.
he's nearly gonna get her, but then also gets exploded because
Yeah.
that's what Jaden's are for.
I love it.
It's so awesome.
To talk out of sequence about all this, we get in a later episode Virulent Custom piloted by a no-name. Like, there's a lot of no-name just Fetty pilots and Zeke pilots who are like just cooking in certain scenes.
Yeah, there's so
but
much of it.
They don't get their own series.
Justice for the Zaku sniper type. That's all I'm going to say on that.
It's so good.
So as we talk about suits here, we have to talk about one because I think this is one of the ones that will divide a lot of people. We need to talk about the D50C Loto, which the ECOS uses to deploy troops.
Our silly little tank.
Our silly little tank. He's just a guy. He's just a guy with tank
This is a
treads.
Transformer.
He transforms?
It's not even just a transforming mech, it's a transformer from Transformers.
Yeah, I totally agree. It
You
is.
just hear him going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First off, he shows up in Gundam Build Fighters. Somebody just drives one of these around to competitions in Gundam Build Fighters, and it's pretty great.
This is my commute vehicle.
There has to be a better way to deploy special forces.
Can we get the numbers on this thing's height? Because I remember it being very small compared to most mobile suits, and it makes it...
It is short.
I think that...
he's only 12 meters tall.
Yeah, I think that particular fact imbues it with a kind of cuteness that I appreciate. Despite not really liking the rest of the design that much, I can appreciate that it's really small.
A size comparison, the Nemo is 20, so it's a little short guy. Yeah, it's a little Aaron-sized mech. But they break into Industrial 7, and you never guess what you want to do in a colony. Shoot a bunch of lasers everywhere.
All over the place. Just fucking anywhere will do.
People start shooting each other. Anaheim Electronics turns on the Vis Foundation. Shit goes wild. We just get some cool fucking porn fights here. That's it.
This is when I start... I've written it in normal font here, but I will increasingly write it in caps and bigger font, which is the Vis Foundation is just the zombies of the Federation.
Yep.
In a way that is like so... I don't know that it works for me narratively. I think that we get enough mirroring of both sides that's subtle and fun in this show that we don't need the evil zombies of the Federation.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Because the Federation was already evil. We didn't need to put a name on it. You could just say the leadership of the Federation.
Yeah, we didn't need that one-to-one parallel either. Like they suck in ways that are similar and also different. It doesn't have to be all similar.
Exactly. I will say I do quite enjoy I don't remember his name. Is it Siam? Space Gandalf is really what he is. But yeah. He's got a little elven circlet on. It's crazy.
Yes,
exactly.
Well, hey, I'm just going to say this right now to frame it. We're going to take all of the Laplace's box shit and we're just going to talk at that at the end because I can't talk about this stupid framework and this stupid fucking guy and his tapestries right now. I'm talking about cool fucking robots.
Okay, cool. What is the name of the blue Methus looking guys? Like these are the GMs of the show.
These are RGZ 95 Rezels.
Okay.
Which
Yeah,
you might
the
remember from
Rezels,
Char's counterattack. These are the mass production GZs.
Yeah, they're like
Got it.
little like the RGZ, but they're more angular and more blue.
More bluer.
Yeah.
So transforming suits, hey, they're back. We've got a ton of them. So we get a couple of different factions here. Our main crew, we can talk about our two crews. So we have the Sleeves and we have the Nagal Argama. Let's talk about the Argama. He has a cute little a cute little captain who's trying his best, and a crew who is really tired to be ferrying around special forces constantly.
And I love this crew. I love his 100% butch lesbian exo who is not afraid to give him shit in front of everyone.
I love her so much. There's also the one. There's the one other cute bridge officer who just seems very put upon. She's always doing stuff that she kind of seems to wish that she wasn't doing. I love her so much. I love this crew. They're wonderful.
They're fantastic.
Mihiro
is excellent.
She's like their comms officer and just there to be like, I am one of the other officers on this ship and I don't know what's going on with these people.
They just have her doing tasks.
She's a healing version of Mirai to me because I think that she gets to do a lot of fun stuff and have a lot of fun lines that aren't wrapped up in like who what man-child she's currently involved in.
Yeah.
And or with.
Something that this does do is it plays very fun with age and the trauma that people have from being in the 1 Year War or any of the other Neo-Zeon conflicts. For example, she's 22. She was 5 when the 1 Year War happened. Like, that's gonna frame a lot of it. We get some buildups between them and Neo-Zeon about like, hey, fuck those guys. No, fuck those guys. The Equus detachment, we really only need to talk about Daguza, who becomes one of 3 father figures for Banagher Lynx in this series. His entire thing is, I am the one smart guy in the Federation who can figure out who Mineva Zabi is.
I don't know how you see Mineva Zabi and don't immediately clock that as artist formerly known as Baby Hitler.
She's literally so princessy. How can you not notice? It's like impossible not to see it.
Her eating a hot dog scene living rent-free in my head, by the way.
I know she's thinking about that hot dog when she puts together that incredibly luxurious Anaheim steak sandwich later. She's thinking about that hot dog.
Yeah,
she just wants the hot dog.
What else do we want to talk about in this segment? We start to go after the box.
Yes.
He joins the Nail Argama. The Nail Argama is there. And then we go and see Neo-Zeon. Guys want to meet the sleeves in Neo-Zeon?
Banagher's being like ping-ponged between Neo-Zeon and the Nail Argama like every 5 minutes.
It's nonstop. Yeah.
It's nonstop. And for some reason it just works. Sometimes when a show switches sides like this and has like two teams that it wants to talk about, sometimes I'm like, ugh, we're with these people, I want to go back to the other thing. This never happened with me. I was fully locked in every time Banagher was talking to an adult, basically.
Yeah, I think that I definitely don't think the show sticks the landing ultimately on Banagher's naivety and what he learns from spending time with people. But in the first few episodes, at least, there's like this very compelling sense that he's really like having his preconceptions like challenged every time he spends time with anyone at all. And yeah, it's like you say, it's really compelling. It never really feels like, you never feel like, can you just get back to the other guys already? Like, you appreciate the time you spend with any group of characters.
The dialogue just lands constantly. It's insane.
And not in a way like other Gundams where people are proselytizing in front of others and it's like, oh, this is Tomino's voice coming through in such a loud way. These people are having actual conversations about their real problems.
I think Brain Powered was a mistake because for some reason it's all I can think about when I think about Tomino writing. It's like this dialogue is Tomino-like, but it's the themes of the show are brought out through intense, like intimate conversations where Banagher's like learning something instead of, for example, you in Brain Powered standing on the bridge of the Novus Noah screaming the themes of the show into the sky when no one else is around.
Which is a real thing that happened.
It's a real thing that happened. And so like just to fuse through all of my thoughts on the show is every time there's like we pause and we just have a normal conversation with Banagher and an adult who's had situations happen to them, I am like zeroed in and locked in a way that I have not been locked in on Gundam dialogue.
I definitely think that's like the show at its best. And it's like I said, I don't think it ultimately follows through on this, but for this earlier on of episodes, it really is like you
I'm
really
completely there with you on that.
Yeah.
Not to talk about the absence of Tomino, but because a lot of the writing from this is just one-to-one from the novel that was written, like you can.
I want to read it.
It's pretty good.
That's
honestly.
how you know the writing has gotten me is because I want to read the novel really bad.
Pretty good. So the sleeves. I'm going to talk about the sleeves in 2 parts, which is we got to talk about the Gar and Sierre, our little stealth freighter that everybody's on. So our captain,
I love this
Zinnerman. Zinnerman is the most I was in the 1 Year War Zeon guy you've ever met in your fucking life.
So in the 1 Year War.
He's constantly thinking about it.
Look, Ramaral survived and his name is Zinnerman, and
That's so true.
I'm completely I'm free on Thursday. B, this is my phone number. And he may be my favorite character. He's got so much going on.
He's a good pick for favorite character for sure.
Yeah. His
like
arc is good too. He has an arc with our next girl, Marita Cruz. But his entire. So when you do a media like this where you're trying to show like military dudes who have like a loyalty to their commander over everything, it's hard to really show that in such a small like, hey, we're jumping in on these people who are already willing to die for this captain. And this show really explains how like they're survivors of the 1 Year War who have banded together to survive. And they really only have a trust for each other in a way, but they're all dude bros and don't say it aloud in a way that's very funny. Until Banashir comes in and punches the shit out of Zinnerman and says, "Why didn't you guys talk about your emotions? Stop!"
I love
Yeah.
love Eureka 7.
Our next sleeve on the Garnciere is Marita Cruz. We can talk about the reveal later, but for now,
Is it a reveal?
You guys kind of knew. You've seen Zeta and Double Zeta,
Double
right?
Zeta. She's a
She's a pla. She's pla 12.
A pla, and can't one of them have made it? Please, fucking God, can't one of them have made it? I'm so upset. I love Marita Cruz. I love her so much. I'm literally tearing up right now.
I'm so sad what happened to her, but I'm so happy that it was actually addressed in a long form way and not just, oh, she's dead and became Nut Gig. She's just another ghost.
Yeah, no, it's
like her against Four Masume. Is whiplash of a story. Like
It's
Four was
insane.
so fucked.
The way that she's able to connect with with Banniger, like every time they're talking, like I think about the scene where she makes him eat that horrible food with him, with her. Like,
Yep.
I watched this, like I watched the episode like 3 days ago, and I just have not stopped thinking about that scene. Basically, she's an incredibly drawn person.
Yeah, all that time I spent with her on Palau is really good. That's probably my favorite part of the show.
My favorite non-combat part, for sure.
Yeah,
Speaking of the other person in that, we have Gilboa Sant, who is one of the faces that we see in the sleeves, which they all have names and they're all great, but he's important because he also dies.
Yes.
Banashir, by the end of this, has 7 dads and 4 of them are dead. So jot that down.
I like that there are. This is fucked up. This is how Gundam has twisted my mind. I like that there are men, at least, who are dying the way that women used to die, which is stupidly and just to
that actually
fuel
is
a character
true.
story.
I didn't think about that, but that's true.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I've been historically down on Tomino in the 1 year pod, but I will say I think one of the things that makes the show work so well is that it has all of this incredibly nuanced and successful groundwork to play with in this way that's so satisfying, and that's part of what makes Marita work as a character as well. I like, fully standing up, full body chills when they shove her in front of the old Quibbly and she has that like meltdown.
Oh,
that is because Tomino has established this like incredibly complicated political relationship and all of these incredibly nuanced topics that you can play with endlessly. Right. And I think with Unicorn, we're reaching the limit on what I'm willing to put up with in terms of let's go back to the Universal Century, which is unfortunate because I think we have a lot more to go in the 1 year pod. But that is an astounding achievement on Tomino's part to have put all that together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also for the many writers who engage with Gundam to be like, I'm going to pull on this thread and utilize this tool to speak about, like, even if you aren't a Gundam pervert and know that's a mass production Quibbly that the Pla series were part of, by this point she's a cyber new type created by Neo Zeon, and like you get that through the actual dialogue.
Yeah, I think by this point the show has definitely already spent some time sort of explaining like not just like what a cyber new type is in like a literal sense, but also like what it represents politically in relation to the idea of the new type. Like that's already been established by that point. So you sort of what it is that they're getting at with Marita and the scene.
And with Banniger, because one of my favorite lines is when Full Frontal tells Banniger, like, you may be a naturalized new type, but for all like political purposes, because of where you come from and your historical context, you may as well be a cyber new type.
Yeah.
which I think is a fascinating thing to say.
Especially like knowing Benager like went through conditioning of his own in the Vist Foundation, but not in the same way that they did at the Anaheim facility in Beckley, you know? Very different vibes. We have to talk about the other part of the sleeves, which is what if we did Neo Zeon a third time?
What if we did Neo Zeon again?
It'll work this time, guys. It's gonna work this time. We just have to do Zeon again, and it's gonna work.
I'm kind of pogging. Off mic, there was some shit talked about Full Frontal's aesthetic, and I am here to say that I'm like fully bought in. I love when he's in his fucked up Nazi meeting room with fake sunlight talking to Benager, and he puts the mask back on, and they have to animate him flipping his little flyaways out of the mask so that he still has them. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I think we were basically just talking earlier about how stupid he looks, and like, to be fair, I think it is kind of to the show's credit that he looks stupid and ridiculous. But it's a bad look for sure. I wouldn't be caught dead like that, I'll tell you that much.
I wouldn't wear it, but I love it. I don't know. There's the Full Frontal real aesthetically, narratively is really working for me.
I think in general, like, it's cool how Neo Zeon in this is like a really exaggerated version of sort of vaguely Prussian aesthetic that Zeon has always had going on. With the specific design of their uniform and so on. I think that's like really interesting, the way that Full Frontal is playing this role of like an idealized Shah as leader, and with Neo Zeon as like an idealized Zeon as state, I suppose. Like I think like the way it's visually designed like reinforces that quite nicely.
I think it's cool how the series plays to jump off of that, how it plays with the idealized vision of this. So to talk about Char's counterattack when everybody's like singing for Char on the fucking train, you're like, oh, this is a cult of personality. And Full Frontal just feels like the natural, like a sort of like in a reactionary way when a revolution fails or something akin to what happened to the Republic of Zeon. You have hardliners who like lean on the aesthetics of a prescribed fascist superpower. Like, they have the braided chest, to talk about the Prussian aesthetic, they have those braided chest uniforms.
Yes, they do.
His office has both the sigil of the Republic of Zeon and Neo Zeon in it, evoking those two ideals. They have muskets on the walls for some fucking reason.
It's crazy. He is a living... He is both a living statue and monument to Char Aznable, and he is also a monument to Char's increasingly dire, like, this has gotten the runaway train of the Char, as we see in CCA.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which I think is such a, I first saw him and I was kind of rolling my eyes because I was like, let's be done. But then at the same time, I can't help but pog because that voice actor is like one of my favorite voice actors of all time, and I love hearing his voice again. And I don't know, it ended up similar to Benager. I don't think we land in a place that's super satisfying with him. But I like what he's up to. And I'm sure we'll be able to talk more about that specifically as the show goes on. Alice, can I have a tight 5 on another character in this Neo Zeon? I'm sure you already know who it is.
We need to talk about Full Frontal's little fascist pudding boys. Do you want to talk about his little guards? Specifically one who is Garmazabi if he was really down bad.
Yeah,
Garmazabi, but really, this is Rez Him Schneider. This is the terrible woman that must be destroyed, but he's a twink. He is furiously standing behind his one true love at all times.
There are so many shots in that scene in his big stupid office where Banshee and Frontal are just having like a conversation, and you can see Angelo in the background.
Angelo is
fucking fuming.
Seething.
Who's talking to my husband?
I cannot get enough of this. You do not understand how important this is to me. Plus, he pilots another purple custom Gyaradogo with even cooler weapons. I'm going to lose my mind. He is, if it's not Zinnerman, it's Angelo for my favorite character. I'm obsessed with him. It's so unhealthy.
Yeah, it's like his stupid high-heeled purple hammer. Like, what's even going on with that? It's so awesome.
So the Yams, the YAMS 132 Rosen Zulu, which does have high heels and the cuntiest little outfit. When he killed those Rezels and then literally took a bow and floated off to the side.
It's so funny.
It's
I love it.
That's my gender. Angelo is my gender.
Yeah.
I do like Banagher just so something that this does also is it talks really blatantly about Banagher is here to just ask the autistically loud question, which is, but you're not actually Char, right? And like, but actually, what are you trying to do by getting the box? Do you just want to kill everybody? He's just asking people like, so you just want to do more war, right? I don't want to let you do more war. And Full Frontal's like, well, that's the only way. I got to do war because that's what people want. But
it is really weird because, like, obviously later on we find out exactly what Frontal's plan is. And it's very weird that he was so cagey about it at this point in the story. It's like you could have just said, like, you could have just told
so
him.
Cagey about what Laplace's box is, and I think that does a lot of damage to the story.
You spend a lot of time with characters like reacting very melodramatically to the idea of something happening to the box, or of the box being, taken by one or the other side. And at no point do they even really hint at what it is or what it's capable of. So you're just left to be like, yeah, I guess they're all like really stressed out about this box, but I still don't know what the fuck it is.
I would say the one hint we get is the very strangely animated floating glass hexagon from the very beginning. But that's literally it.
So that's we have one more piece of shit I gotta talk about because he's gonna come into the plot. He's technically part of the Earth Federation forces, but he kind of goes everywhere. Guys, this is the Nepo baby, Riddy. This is Ensign Riddy.
Oh,
Riddy always
Riddy.
gets the coolest robot and is always sad because women won't talk to him.
This guy reek. I hate this guy.
Fucking hate Riddy.
I'm speechless because like he starts out, I'm like, oh, this guy's kind of like milquetoast, but like in a sort of interesting way. And then after he brings Minerva to Earth and has like his full incel horse riding breakdown by the riverside,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, this guy is a puke baby, literal tiny meow meow. Importantly, Banagher also pukes in his helmet a lot, but for some reason, the Riddy puking in his helmet is like the most like, I hate looking at you. Please be over there. Thing. Like,
it's really funny to. I know this is Japanese media created by Japanese people who have not yet addressed the problem of incels. But this in a pre-incel discourse way is very different than now. Like,
yeah.
He literally turns evil because Minerva, in the nicest way okay. I've been deep into feminist ideology because I have a theory for Gundam that I wanna work on in the 1 year pod. So I've been reading a lot about it. And so when we talk about fight or flight is something that we all kind of inherently understand. But that's a male kind of coded thing to do. And females or women in our modern society, in a way that we have to have gender ideology because that's just the way the world is set up. It fucking sucks. But women will tend and befriend. So they'll tend to the wounds of the person who's complaining and they'll try and be friendly to them, even if they want to say no. And the reason they do that is because you'll never guess, sometimes when dudes get rejected, they kill you.
Mm-hmm.
This is a thing that happens a lot. And so the scene where Minerva is literally hanging off of a ship that's flying and is like, hey, I know you're going through it, Riddy, and you're gonna find a woman who's great for you, but actually, I don't really feel like a zombie princess, so I don't want to marry you and try and union the two of us together. I actually just like this other guy, but you'll be good. And he's like, I have to kill everyone now.
Yeah, like Riddy is like a sort of just an unpleasant presence enough, but every time he's on screen with Minerva, I am so uncomfortable. I hate it.
To say it now, Minerva in this is 16, which in Japan is okay. So is Banagher. Riddy is 24. And
oh boy,
I can't, and even the height differences, like Minerva as a character is a short stack as just a normal, that's her character.
Insane. Her father was 9 feet tall and her mother was also 9 feet tall. What's going on here?
Like, how did that happen?
Pulled down by the weight of gravity. So that's all of our people. So let's kind of talk through some beats. And mostly, I realized something, guys. We talked about the Castricia and we talked about some other guys at this beginning. We haven't talked about the Unicorn Gundam.
We're going to have to talk about the Unicorn.
We're going to have to talk about the RXO Unicorn Gundam. So the Unicorn Gundam is, this is weird. It's a white Gundam with a unicorn horn. And
one thing I will say that I did find entertaining at the very least about the Unicorn Gundam is, for some reason, to everyone in the show, every single person in the show, it's not a Gundam until it activates its ult.
Yes, it's so funny.
At which point, you have to have someone on their bridge look at the camera and go, Gundam. Like, it's so strange. It made me laugh every time.
Yeah, no, it's really funny.
Let me give some framework real quick. So the Unicorn Gundam, just so we can give our opinions, the Unicorn Gundam, it's all white. But what makes it different is that it has a psycho frame built into the frame, instead of just the usual like cockpit one that people have. But it also has what's called the NTD system, which is pretty subtle. It's the new type destroyer system. When it detects a new type and the pilot is angry enough, it will give you superpowers to kill new types. The Federation created a super weapon to kill new types to wipe them all out. The other cool part is that the suit that Banashir wears has built-in pressure actuators so that he doesn't pass out, because this is the fastest Gundam you've ever fucking seen. And also you can control it with your mind. That's neat. And that's the Unicorn Gundam. At a certain point, it gets a full armor upgrade, and at some point, the red lines turn green in it.
And I would say a very specific point.
So, to me, the Unicorn Gundam is Gundam Unicorn. It's this sleek design. It's got this cool horse motif. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look closely at the front of the helmet, it's not just got the horn, it's actually got like a little horse head at the front of the helmet.
Yes, it does.
So it's got some cool stuff going on. You look at it and you're like, that's kind of neat. It's just clean. It's got some nice detail to it. But ultimately, it is gonna, like the show itself, it is gonna go big and stupid, and just be really silly and basically just involve Banashir screaming and yelling over everyone, which is the show. It's the whole show.
Is he a good pilot? Have we talked about this? Do you think Banashir is a good pilot?
Nobody knows. Nobody could possibly know.
I think that it's very loud that, unlike many other Gundam protagonists, Banashir is not made to pilot other mobile suits at any point. So there's really no way to know, because of the unique fact that the Unicorn can be piloted by simply saying, I want to go over there and do this.
I mean, it kind of, I think this series does good in showing the different levels of new type control of mobile weapons. Like, Angelo still has to have the strings on his bits, right?
Yeah.
Banashir can just think, and his 3 bits
and
can do whatever the fuck they want.
One thing that did hit for me that the Unicorn Gundam does that's very cool, I wish there was more of this, is when Banashir steals a funnel from, I believe, Kshatriya.
Yeah.
And that was really sick.
Yeah, very cool moment. I really like the way that you see sort of Merida sort of realizing that this has happened. It's just like a really nicely paced little action.
I mean, it's cool for them to actually be like, hey, new types emit waves. And like the thing with the cyber new type is they can commit waves, but we kind of force them to have trauma to get there. And a true new type is so powerful, it can just override other cyber new type waves. I think that's neat. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the Unicorn, while I love him and I want the giant kit, kind of sauceless as far as Gundams go. Like, it has to work with the motifs it's going with too much to be anything but what it is.
Yeah, I really like the untransformed Unicorn, but the transformed, it doesn't do it for me.
I think the untransformed is pretty okay, yeah. And because I do like a white mech, yeah, the transformation is incredibly bad to me, and we don't have to talk about the Banshee yet, but in my mind, I don't extricate them from each other, and the Banshee is so much worse that it drags the whole thing down for me.
Oh, see, I have the let's talk about it. So the RXO Unicorn Gundam O2 Banshee. So midway through the series, we introduced that, hey, did you know in the tapestry there's a unicorn, but there's also a lion? We have to have the lion now. The Banshee is the unicorn, but what if black? Everybody keeps saying it's black with concern in their voice. Instead of glowing red, it glows gold in the middle or like lava. I actually love the Banshee more. I think the Banshee, I have both that and the Destroy version upstairs because I love him so much. But honestly, that makes it better for me, is to have there be the two sides of the unicorn and the Banshee.
To me, it's giving the worst of the Bravern designs. And that is an unforgivable sin.
Yeah, there's some like individual things I like about the Banshee. I think the big claw is pretty cool. I like the way that it uses the claw a few times is pretty neat. But it's just like there's too much going on. I can't look at it.
Too much.
I don't know what's happening when I'm looking at it.
Get it? Because the claw is like a lion's mouth. Do you get it? Do you get it, guys? Just want to talk about there's a lot of hands going on in this. A lot of people grabbing things with mech hands.
A lot of reaching out.
A lot of cupping small people with your big mech hands.
Anyway, another thing.
One feature about another feature about the Unicorn Gundam that does work is I do really like when it gets its upgrade, it has like these cool funnel shields.
The funnel shields are kind of the best part of the Unicorn Gundam.
They're pretty cool. I
because
can't like lie and say that they don't.
Because they just have dual Gatling lasers strapped to them.
They fucking do. And they do like a cool like triad psychic deflection thing that evokes the psychic pyramid of defense, but isn't quite as
it really
random.
Reminds me of the new Gundam's use of funnels, of being like, oh, well, we're just doing shit with it? Okay. There was the other thing about the Unicorn Gundam and the Banshee that I want to talk about is they introduced my new favorite weapon in the entire UC, the Beam Magnum, which is a single shot fuck you laser pistol gun that can just destroy anything.
I really like the Beam Magnum.
I just like it shooting off the canisters, you knowing that he has a certain amount of shots and it's not like, you know.
Yeah, I love that each one of its rounds is just like it is literally a magazine for any other beam weapon. I just love that it's got like a clip built out of magazines. Like that's so cool.
I like how they don't. Sometimes Gundam will have like a cool weapon and then be like, all right, well, we had the cool weapon for this episode, so that's it. The Beam Magnum will come up like even at the end, which I think is like a fun constant.
Hey guys, we've got to go to a really cool colony that has 2 spinning circles in it. And what you need to know is that one of these circles is the most tightly packed slums you've ever seen, and the other is a giant Venetian estate for the rich who rule over the colony. Full frontals in the latter, but let's go hang out in the slums with Marita and the rest of the sleeves.
I'd rather be with Marita for sure.
I'd rather be with Marita too.
That's an easy choice.
I think this dinner scene is probably the juice of it. This and a lot of what they do in this colony is a lot of cool world building. Marita takes Benager to church. Take me to church. And it's like, hey, they actually used to really like Jesus when they started mining to build the colonies. But we all kind of gave up on religion after a certain point.
This starts a small through line in some of the like expository dialogue that I think is so interesting, which is like as far as the 1 year pod is concerned, we had none of the properties have really talked about it in depth, which was like who was sent to space in the original like charter of the colonies. And it seems like it's the Federation doing a Federation thing, which is like, okay, we're overpopulated and shunt all the undesirables out into space. But we also have a conversation with a bartender later who's like, some people were proud to move out into space to help the rest of humanity. And I think that's another one of those really interesting things that's so Tomino making the move into space such a monumental shift in the way humanity works breeds all of the ways we can play with that in these small moments that I really like. The Jesus stuff was actually just funny. I don't know. I just had to laugh.
She literally says Zeon replaced God. And I'm like, I get it. Question for Marita Cruz for the both of you. Is war ever justified?
Hey, I don't think Marita cares because she has the banger line, justice doesn't save people's lives. So
yeah. This is fun. Basically, hey, both sides think the other side is evil. This is Benager learning that the Federation might have lied to him growing up. Spoiler to everybody.
What? No.
Both sides have done crimes since forever.
You mean the Anaheim Indoctrination Center wasn't giving me the objective truth of the situation?
Oh my god.
I know it's a surprise. We're all just whiplashed from it.
Quick few notes on Marita. We're focusing on her hair to a degree that when the El Peo play thing dropped, I was like, oh, okay, that's why we're focusing on her hair so much. And B, she has a death mom braid in a way that I didn't clock until she actually died, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Banger moment of animation, which is at the very beginning when she's chasing after Minerva, she pauses to put her like little grunt guy's sunglasses back on his head.
Yeah.
I will never forget that moment. It
So
fucking
good.
rules.
That whole fight is like, sort of like, I don't know, it's animated like nicely, but in a kind of weird way. It's a little like, it's a little strange. Are they like high up in the colony, low gravity? I don't know. Strange.
Yeah. So, hey, just to talk about what happens here, just to get it completely on the record, which is
I think it's war.
Shows up, sets mines to blow up the asteroids that are tied to the colony to completely basically destroy it and destabilize it, which is a cool thing you can just do if you're the Federation, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
At this point, the Federation is like 2 for 2 on basically like barging into places where people live and blowing everything up. And then the show not really saying anything about it like at all. I think at this point we've had one line where our favorite princess says something to the effect of the news isn't going to say anything about this. And that's about all that this sort of behavior from the Federation gets. Which is very weird to me in a Gundam show. Like in UC Gundam, for it to spend this little time on,
for how much weight is put on to when the same thing happens to Dakar. I agree. You know, I do think the show is going to say, in case you didn't get it, the Federation is still the Federation when they do the very subtle thing of reactivating the Titan's weapon at the end.
Yeah.
But
pretty subtle.
But for now, it is kind of this weird, like, it almost feels like the endearing silliness of the Nahel Argama's crew is obfuscating some of this, which is uncomfortable. But yeah, I will say this is some of the best combat in the show. I love the texture that this asteroid colony brings to the fighting.
Especially you get the sleeves. This is where we really start to see something that the show does really cool, which is, hey, we're bringing back some of your favorites. Like the sleeves have Gaza Seas protecting Palau.
And they're pink. They're pink Gaza Seas. They're so cool.
Them. And it has this cool, it gives a texture to it as they're fighting, because you have these brand new stupid fucking eco suits using fucking artillery cannons to blow up Zaku's from the 1 Year War in a way that's just like,
yeah, I mean, we'll get to it when we get to episode 4, where it's like really goes to the maximum on like all these old piece of shit 1 Year War suits facing off against brand new Federation machines. But yeah, it's like interesting how Neo Zeon is like mostly working with just sort of whatever scrap that any Zeon loyalist has around. Like they do have their new mobile suits. They have the Rosen Zulus. Oh no, the Rosen Zulus, the Gera Zulus. But there's not a lot of those. There's only a few of them.
Yeah, you can really see the diminished. At some point, they dropped that there's only 2 billion people on Earth at this time. And I talked about it before, but you start to see the diminished manufacturing capability of everything in a way that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I realized? I'm a fucking fake fan. I didn't talk about the Jestas, the RGM 96S Jestas. These were created by Anaheim to escort the Unicorn Gundam, is the phrasing from the perfect file on these guys. They're just special forces dude bros. They literally have a silenced machine gun with a fucking foregrip and a
silenced.
dot sight. These three just basically fly around and react to whatever Banashir is doing.
Yeah.
And getting like multiple kills because they're actually good pilots. But I love these guys.
Are these the same people that are referred to later as Bright's TriStars?
No,
or is that different? Okay,
separate trio. They are with Bright and Londo Bell, and they are piloting. Fuck, what is it? No, they have Jeggins. They have modified Jeggins.
Okay, they just have Jeggins.
Yeah.
I like so we're getting our first double dad death here. Which I think Dagaza's death is kind of silly. I'm not really sure what he was accomplishing.
Yeah.
But he will haunt the Unicorn Gundam for the rest of.
He's not like he's physically he is just atoms now spread across. Why
would happen?
He gets beamed into
the
nothing.
Sinanju just obliterates him. The mecha violence the Sinanju specifically is doing in this fight is grisly.
Oh, it's like ridiculous. Yeah.
Have we talked about the Sinanju? Hey guys, Sinanju.
We gotta get into the Sinanju.
What if fast? What if we do get the quote? It's 3 times as fast as any other suit out there.
It's because it's red.
The
we know this.
MSN06S Sinanju is, you'll never guess, but Zionic worked with Anaheim and made a cool fucking giant robot. It just has like the jet funnels on the back. He's just fucking shit up. I hated Full Frontal's design. I love his so piloting.
Awesome. Yeah, no, there's a lot of shots of him like leaning around in the cockpit that just make it. It's just sort of communicating visually that he's just like a really, really smart pilot. He really is confident and he knows what he's doing in a way that like a lot of the other characters.
The Fetty pilots he's usually fighting, he actually has like battlefield knowledge. He's not just standing in one place while a laser hits him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's true.
This also, anyway, I love it. Honestly, one of the best char designs. I like this more than the Sazabi. I hate to say it.
I don't know if I like it more than the Sazabi, but that is a very, very high bar. I do really like that it does actually have on its head, it does still sort of have the Shah Aznable like helmet shape.
Yes.
But it's sort of just like built into the helmet as opposed to being like a big spike on it. It's very cool.
It has the parts of Shah's helmet that that Full Frontal's visor is missing. If you look at the back of Full Frontal's head, it still has that like divoted shape that the Shar helmet has, but not the top. And I just think that's so interesting. The Sinanju does stuff at the end of this show that makes it possibly my favorite mobile suit ever, but we don't have to talk about that yet.
Are you talking about the Neo Zeong?
I'm talking about the shot where it pans up and it's perched on the ceiling doing a fucked up spider mind control thing.
Yes.
That is the coolest thing I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Okay, that shit's fucking great.
It does. I think my favorite ever bit of like mobile suit combat, like it's little maneuver where Banjo shoots it and there's a big explosion. It was just it ejected its fuel canisters on the back. And those are what got hit. Oh, it's awesome. It's so cool.
It's so awesome.
Just some good shit.
Banagher tries to shoot him with the before mentioned Magnum and hits his second dead father, or actually, his third dead father. Dead father count as up to 3. And this fucks him up for a whole episode.
Well, because he's like, it's a guy from the sleeves who literally just has a family living in the slums, and the only reason he's still in the sleeves is because he was in the 1-year war, so he can basically never work again because he was on the bad side, and he's just like, hey, actually, I just kind of want my kids to not feel like we're pieces of shit all the time for being space noids. And Banagher is like, I don't know. You guys dropped a colony. And he's
that sounds a little bit like believing in something to me, and Banagher can't abide by that.
So we can kind of jump through, which is we get into a running chase for the next 20 episodes between Full Frontal and the Unicorn. We're gonna go to I'm checking my notes here. We have to go to 0 degrees, 0 lat, and 200 kilometers up at 0 hours. This is probably a reference to something, but hey, there's this old space station here. Let's talk about the Laplace residence, just in an esoteric way, which is, this is a cool old spinny space station that got blown up, and we're going here to hear a ghost broadcast, which somehow we can all hear.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I really like this colony design. I really love the idea that they hadn't like settled on the O'Neill colony design that we see in the rest of the show.
They were trying other things. They were like, how do we put people in space in a way they can live?
It looks like a wing colony, which I think is so interesting.
Yeah,
like it's the
yeah.
shape of a wing colony.
It's very small as well. Like it really is like it's described as a residence, and it's like a big residence, but that is what it is. Like it's not
Big
not
residence,
huge.
small
colony. Yeah.
Gundam has kind of always been about not just colonies, but the O'Neill colony specifically. I don't know if either of you have ever read the original like proposal for the O'Neill colony, but it is really interesting if when you read it, how almost every little detail in that is something that Tomino picked up on and sort of expanded on in Gundam. And in a way, I almost see the show itself as like a bit of a response to. There's a line in that in the proposal. It's something along the lines of there won't be any more wars because there won't be any more land to fight over. Which is just really naive, right? Like that's an extremely like idealistic view of how these things work. And I see Gundam as like a very direct response to that.
Like, no matter what, until humans truly learn to understand each other, we're gonna find a way to fight each other over exerting power or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because that proposal was contemporary to the original show. Like, it wasn't like an old, well-established bit of sci-fi by that point already. Like, the O'Neill cylinder specifically was, like, still fairly new as a concept. So I just think that's, like, really interesting.
When we actually thought moving into space was a realistic thing in scale.
I was looking up the timeline here, and because when with O'Neill cylinders, I always actually think of the Arthur C. Clarke series, the Rama series, which the O'Neill cylinder was the book that it shows up in, the High Frontier Human Colonies in Space, is a 1976 book, and the first Rama book was in 1973, which is interesting because I would almost, if it weren't for that timeline, I would almost say that Rama is another angle on responding to that, because it repaints the O'Neill cylinder as something distinctly alien that has come to us from a different civilization. But it's literally the exact same thing. So I just like, that's an interesting, it's a loaded shape. Especially after watching like Stardust Memory and stuff like that. Which, by the way, thank God for watching Stardust Memory, because we have Torrington Base mentioned and we also have I-Fields mentioned.
Yes, we do. When I think of O'Neill cylinders, I just think of Captain Jack O'Neill from Stargate. Anyway, so we have to have a cool-ass fight on this colony that got destroyed and is drifting slightly. I love when a mech can just kind of float in free space inside of a superstructure because it has no gravity.
Love it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another dad death. Want to shout out the dad death here?
Non-stop dad deaths.
Quote from our man, which is, even a cog in the machine has pride. Which I love that for the soldiers in Gundam.
Sure. Dagusa insists
fucking owns with just the little smack that just kills him with the laser.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
so
he is particles. Like, one second he's there, the next second he is completely gone.
I send that gift to so many people.
Here lies a patriot. He insists that there is something that Banagher can use at the heart of the Unicorn Gundam that is not just the NTD, which is the first. He's basically saying, hey, your Gundam can turn green too. You should turn your Gundam green instead of red. Should we go to part 2?
Yeah, well, I think just to spend a little bit more time on Dagusa, I do find his relationship, like there's some other conversations between him and Banagher that are quite interesting, but it is weird how suddenly we go from this being like a guy that Banagher is spending time around just sort of as incidentally because of the circumstance and everything that's going on in the show.
We're shoving him in your cockpit because we can't trust you.
And so how suddenly he's now a father figure who is going to haunt the Unicorn Gundam for the rest of the show. It's like, it feels very like it's very surprising, and it means that every time his face flashes up on the screen for the rest of the show, which is a lot, you're like,
his face is
what?
intense.
What are you doing here?
You met Banagher 2 days ago when you were doing war crimes.
This guy, like, the friend I was watching it with, we were calling him the U.S. Naval Intelligence Chud. Like, that's what he is. It's so weird that this guy is like the sort of encouraging father figure appearing on screen. It's very strange.
I think it's part of Benager's characterization that he has this effect on people, especially masculine figures, in a way that I found a little bit healing, in the way that after this episode, Benager will have what I call a full Shinji Ikari, like not even an Amuro meltdown.
Yeah.
He is doing a Shinji Ikari in a way that is like not extricable from the rest of Gundam. And if Amuro had had a scene like that, he would have gotten slapped and told to man up and had this like ugly thing happen to him that happens to Amuro constantly. And instead, Benager gets all of these masculine figures who say things like, I don't trust people who never cry. That I found like incredibly healing to me as someone who found Amuro's story very damaging and sad.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah,
I also just love that he's such a piece of shit to Benager, but him dying with giving approval to Benager, everyone loves him now on that ship. They're like, yeah, you're cool now. Our commander died for you. Okay. He also like killed 5,000 civilians. We didn't talk. But when they're in Industrial 7, Riddy shoots a laser that kills all of Benager's class except his two friends.
He kills a lot of people who are like close to Benager. Like it's crazy that we all spend more time on that.
The only person that has a reasonable reaction to that is that girl who, again, is completely ignored.
The story does not care about her. She's in it, but it doesn't care about her.
Okay, let's head to part 2. Episodes 4 and 5. The battles spill onto Earth. As Zeon remnants launch attacks to support Full Frontal's mission, a lot of really cool units appear. The ensuing running fights across Earth leave a lot of people dead, and we see the Unicorn's destroy mode. The Federation chalks up more L's and reminds us that the Titans fucking sucked. Hey, let's go to Dakar, where a guy had a cool speech.
Yeah.
So this fucking starts so hard immediately. Hey guys, you know the Zeon remnants who will always have the most fucking juice out of any of the UC factions ever? They're here, and they've got some of the most fucked up guys you've ever seen.
They've also got some of the classics of all time. I'm screaming, I'm clapping, I'm standing up, I'm getting out of my chair, I'm running around in circles. Kapul is here. For
it's
1
Kapul.
second, Kapul is here.
Yes!
Kapul in 2 episodes is here, and I am cheering because Kapul gets some fucking cool kills on some.
Oh, it's so
Kapul.
awesome! I love Kapul so much. Yeah, it's all these like shitty California base aquatic mobile suits are popping up. It's a really good time if you like shitty mobile suits.
Like the fucking Zaku Mariners show up for fucking hell.
They got everything.
They use their shoulder missiles and. I see shot by shots of scenes from Zeta and Double Zeta of these suits looking goofy as fuck with the like 2-frame animation versus how overtly the Zaku Mariners in this are fucking insane.
They are so crazy.
It's so cool.
I've taken the Volwallo, I'm taking the PNG of the Volwallo, and I'm taking the corner of it, and I'm holding down Alt so that it equally resizes all of the dimensions, and I'm just dragging it all the way across the screen, because we have an evil woman who is piloting the Volwallo, but times 900.
What if we have the AMA X7 Shamblo? It's called the Shamblo because it's Shambloing. Holy shit,
I
the
love that it's called that.
Mobile armors of all time, right?
I don't know how they made it. They don't have resources on like the Earth remnants Zeon. I'm shocked that they got this shit.
My thought is that this was being, because it's an AMA, so I think it was being made in the California region as part of the development for the Valwallo.
That makes sense, yeah.
But like the actual like note says this is based on the Grublo. Do you remember the Grublo from the original?
The fucking Grublo?
Absolutely remember the Grublo, yeah.
So it's because that's also where the Valwallo. So the Shamblo.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I can kind of see it.
Land variant of this.
The Shamblo is doing some awesome stuff. I love how much variety of like Shamblo action we get. We get a lot of it. Sort of like thrusting its big claws like through aircraft carriers and stuff, which is it's
shooting
just
its
excellent.
Big laser. It has that network of propelled like reflector discs. That's so
I love
cool.
those. The way that it uses its like reflective drones to like bounce its lasers all over the place and just destroy everything. Oh, it's so cool.
There's exactly one scene in the entire UC franchise where the GM3 kind of looks cool. And it's, okay, base is being attacked. We've got them, we've got fucking gun tank ones shooting out at the sea. We got all this shit. But then we have, hey, is that a Federation land carrier? Oh, it is. So they still have air carriers, but now they just put GMs on them. And they have the, it's not technically the GM3, it's the variant, the RAG-79 Aqua GMs on there. And they're just like sitting on the deck like, oh, we're gonna get in this fight. And suddenly a laser just fucking pops through and the Shambalo climbs through the middle of the carrier. Hey, what do you do when that happens? Shoot your grappling hooks, Aqua GMs. And they try and wrangle this shit. And
they're doing like, some Moby Dick type shit. It's awesome.
It's so, the Aqua GM. It looks
incredible.
The Aqua GM is so stupid. What the fuck is the Federation doing? Why does its head look like that? What are any of us doing? But this is just a distraction fight so that the sleeves can land. Again, this fight is so short, but it's so fucking cooked.
It's so good. Torrington Base mentioned, who else is here? That's right, the only woman I've ever loved, the MS-05L Zaku sniper type, firing out of a... And I don't even care what anyone calls this. The thing that it's firing out of is a fat uncle to me. I don't care what it's called.
Yeah.
So the Zaku type, so the handler for our new type, who is... Oh, by the way, we didn't talk about Shambhala is piloted by Lala Soon, but if she was a kid... welcome back, Lala Soon. We're doing Indian women dying again. But her commander is in a Zaku 1 sniper type, and it's cool because its Moto Eye can go to the top of its head so it can shoot
He's
above
like strapped into this helicopter that's like flying sideways. He's swapping out the entire barrel to his gun because it overheats. Oh, it's the coolest shit ever. The action in this episode is unbelievable.
When he fucking pulls out the barrel because it's too hot from the laser.
Yeah.
Fuck. We are
it's so fucking cool.
When he unstraps himself just so he can get diced into a million pieces, it is like the opposite of when the Gundam landing in the cockpit scene in Stardust Memory, or Gundam landing in the like straps, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of that in a way that is so animated. I need more Zaku sniper types, please.
When he unironically is like, okay, I don't know if you pick this up, Brian, but when he is getting cornered by the Jestas and he's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna lose because I'm a fucking Zaku 1. He's like, I got 1 shot left in this, and he shoves the gun through his stomach to try and blow his own reactor.
Yes, it's so cool.
Fucking sick as hell. And they figure it out, they kill him before he can do it, but it's like, what a fucking way to go. What a fucking way to go.
We also get, this is also when both Banagher and Ride are having category 5 man events. Banagher's having a Shinji Ikari, and Ride's having a she doesn't want me. She won't do a political marriage to me after knowing me for 2 days.
Yeah. This is about the point in the show as well where Banagher starts to get really mad. Ride starts to get extremely mad about the way that Banagher is basically just like shonen protagonisting his way through every conversation. Like episode 4 is probably my favorite overall, but it is also the one where it starts to become apparent that what Banagher is going to do for the rest of the show is like no diff everyone with the unicorn and shout over them and not learn anything. And Ride starts getting mad about that, and I'm like, you suck, but I'm kind of with you on this one.
Well, like in this specific segment, I really feel like I have to get her name.
Lonnie.
Yeah,
when Lonnie starts to have psycho feedback and goes berserk mode on everybody, she starts to fire the lasers off indiscriminately, blowing up these suburbs on Earth, which, like, hey, if you have that much space, maybe you could treat the space noids with some, dignity. Okay, Earth noids, okay?
Yeah.
But she starts doing it, she shoots a laser, blows stuff up, and people are like, oh my god, she's killing hundreds of innocents. But Banagher, you're the only one who can stop her. And he's like, wait. I bet I can stop her having a psycho freak out.
And he almost does.
And who fucks it up? Your boy Riddy.
There's it has a really fun, like, I keep thinking about it, right? Because like there's ways in which Banagher's right, there's ways in which Riddy was right. Like this has to stop at all costs right now. And you have the thing that makes it stop, which is the big gun that will kill anything that you aim it at ever. And I like the interplay here, and I like that we keep talking about Banagher not learning anything. I think Banagher doesn't know what he believes in, if anything, but he knows what he doesn't believe in, which is this. And I love the scene where he beats the fuck out of Zinnerman on the bridge of that transport carrier right before this fight. He's absolutely sick and tired of the cycles of violence. He is having this crash out, and like this is possibly the Gundam woman death that comes closest to working as a legitimate narrative plot device to me. If it weren't for the fact that this has happened so many other times so stupidly in a way that makes me so angry, I would say that this might be my favorite fight in all of Gundam. It just rules. It just goes so hard.
I like when the Shamblo falls on top of Riddy and pins him down. I don't know what that awakened in me, but it awakened something.
I like all the wide shots of the Shamblo when it's actually moving across that like highway where it finally has a conversation. It's so slow and stupid looking.
It's just so like, I mean, it's a Shamblo, that's what it does.
So I want to also talk about the Zeon Remnant forces, because we get some fucking bangers of all time returning. Yeah. So we get our boy, the MSM-04G, the Juego, his little elephant nose, his little trunk. What I really like about this is we finally get to see some of these suits really shine. Like, some of them get good kills on some of these GMs in a way that you're like,
it's awesome.
I see the vision of, like, the other one we get, the MSM-08 Zogok with its fucking head blades.
It's like silly little head boomerangs, and it's big extendo arms.
We get oh my god, why did I post the Ifrit 3 times? Ifrit spam. We also get an Ifrit Schneid shows up during the assault. And I could list all of them, but they're just all like little dudes from the different war. Again, I just can't get over the Zaku Mariners finally giving their moment.
That thing has got to be the last Ifrit that still exists. They only made like 7 or 8 of those things. That's got to be the last one ever. Someone was holding on to that like a long time.
So insane. We see a Capul get killed. But the other thing that I want to talk about in this fight at the base, which is one of those like, when we talk about the mechs in this, it's going to be really hard for me to not love them. The RX-160S Virulent Custom.
Yes.
So, hey, do you remember the Virulent from Double Zeta? Or, no, Zeta, right?
Yeah, but like barely.
So that asshole from Zeta got to pilot one of these. And the Titans made a couple of them. And we're at the point where the Earth Federation is like, hey, we got this thing in a hangar. What if we make it look less evil and keep using it? So the Virulent Custom is just the Virulent that they took the mono eye off of, added some extra actuators to the legs and stuff.
I really like that you can still tell that it's a Zeta design, because it still has the silly little green cables on its arms.
Yes!
Like, yes, it's still a little Zeta baby. I love it.
This was overshadowed to me. RIP Nico for not being here. This is for Nico. They also mass produced the Ashimar. Which we also see.
Oh, hey, we should probably talk about him too. I want to Virulent kills 15 Zeon remnants in the coolest fucking fight. We don't know who that pilot is. We'll never meet him. He dies. It's nobody. It's so fucking Gundam to just have this guy go ham hog and then just fucking die. But let's talk about the mass produced.
They're called the RAS-96 Anksha. I'm here to be the correspondent for Nico. There are many of them. They rule. They have their stupid little uncircumcised heads, and they turn into little discs. And that's just the truth.
Basically explicitly used by Anaheim Electronic as personal security guards.
Basically, yeah.
I really like these things. I love these big green hockey pucks.
Yes.
They're awesome.
And honestly, like, they fix all of the things I hated about the Asimar. I hate to say it, the designs in this fucking cook in a way that I love.
There's a wide range, let's say.
Right, for every Ewok Jegan you get whatever the fuck the Dragon Type A2 is. We didn't need another one. So this fight's cool. People are bad. Everything goes terrible. Aubrey, is this also the Gyaradoza fight, or is that's 5, right?
In 5, well, so we have hey, congratulations on beating that
Black
Cyber new
Unicorn
type.
shows up. Black Unicorn.
Yeah,
Yes.
here's another Cyber new type.
Oh, hey, where's Marita Cruz been? Oh, hey, we did some horrible shit to women over on the side.
Oh,
real
it's
quick.
not been good. They've not been treating her very well.
Hey, what's happening there? And then we strapped her to this evil robot and airdropped her. One little note, when they approach Torrington Base and they announce themselves, it's in English. I love this. That's it.
Yes, I really like that sort of thing.
It's in English, but it's in American English. It's not Australian, so my immersion. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So the next part of this is we then have what I like to call the low orbit fight, which is, hey, remember the weird fucked up ship that we had in Zeta? What if we had another one of those? And all I could think, just to talk about it, that pilot kept that thing so fucking level as half of it was blown up. And I can't get over how good of a job he was doing.
It was so level that people were having full conversations outside of normal suits in the bare atmosphere.
It was just talking. It was crazy.
In the hangar, okay. Hey, I know we're all here and the ship's crashing and everything's happening. I need to have a speech to you 5 Anaheim security guards.
I do. Look, I will say I did pop for the cameo hour. We have Bright, who Bright walks on the screen. Sound the alarms. Bright's talking to the Gundam pilot. Everyone freak out immediately. Bright's talking to the Gundam pilot. Actually, I really liked that conversation.
No, we don't need to talk about that. We need to talk about how he has a framed photo of Amuro Ray.
Yes.
In what looks like a low angle shot.
It's such a weird photo. It's obviously him like around Shah's counterattack time.
It's CCA era Amuro like taken candidly at a luncheon or something.
It's not like a it's not like
11 by 14 on his wall to talk to.
It's a really weird photo of your friend to have in your office.
But also we get him immediately doing the only worthwhile thing Bright's ever done, which is betray the Federation.
Yes.
Finally,
also,
it took this long. All of the Titans shit happened, and he was like, I'll stick around.
Well, okay, to be fair, he did defect to the AUG, but
you gotta give him that much at least.
All the cool kids did. That's what people were doing.
It took him getting beaten up by jackbooted fascists to do the thing everyone else was doing. This is a straight up, he's doing sabotage, which is awesome. But the other thing is, to do the sabotage, he calls Beltorchica, I'm pogging, and he calls Kai, I'm pogging.
I love Kai Shiran so much.
Yeah,
that's my fucking guy.
Kind of like, honestly, a redemption for him as a character is in late stage life. He's actually just the best information broker who's just trying to help. Like,
he's good at it. He's real good at it.
He's fucking good at it.
Beltorchka, I'm happy. I'm so excited. Where are her children? Show them to me. Put them to the camera. Hey, where's Bright's kids? What's Hathaway up to?
Huh?
I don't know the timeline. We haven't done Hathaway's Flash. I don't know, but I do know that Bright at one point says, "I just want to be a father whose kids aren't embarrassed of him." Motherfucker, they don't know you. They don't know
go
you.
home to them.
How are they embarrassed by you? They don't know who you are.
Literally, it's crazy.
Just to jump right into it, the fucking dad-to-dad chats in this series from the worst father figures you've ever met.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I love that Zinnerman and the Federation captain, whose name I actually never got, are straight up dating at the end. I will say that.
They're doing this. I was very. There's a point around here in episode 5.
by the way.
Speaking of weird of bad dads, the one Anaheim Electronics guy whose name I can't remember. So like Martha goes and does all of this. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Martha goes and does all this awful shit to Merida, but then isn't the one, like, actually, like, leading her around and telling her what to do, like, doing all the, like, handler business? She hands it off to this fucking chump. I'm so disappointed. It could have been something so beautiful, but they got this fucking guy. And then he gets, like, attached to her, and then he's, like, he cares about her, like, where does that come from? What is happening?
It's so strange.
Like, it's fleshed out in the actual novel what the reconditioning is, and it's fucked. But like, I
Yeah.
In the show, it just feels so sauceless.
Yeah.
It's weird because
it's such a shame.
Alberto's a Vist person, and I think Vist is just narratively, it doesn't even matter. They're inextricable from Anaheim at this point, so I'll just say Anaheim.
Yeah.
But he is the Gundam archetype of the Anaheim CEO who is just like merciless and is always fat, which is just whatever. And I don't get what he's up to. He's very attached to Marita, and he's the only one that has like a reason. Well, okay, Banishir does also have a reasonable reaction when she dies, but I agree that Martha's thing is undercut by the fact that she keeps delegating all of the worst things. She's not the one that fires the laser. She's not the one that's bossing Marita around. I call her Evil Frau Bo because she talks to Maneva and says this incredibly weird turf shit that Frau Bo used to say innocently for the side of good.
Yeah.
But this woman is just like...
Oh, she's awful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna level with you. When Martha as a character just... Like, it's like they're trying to evoke the bad bitches of Gundam, but like, she's drawn and presented in such a way as a sneering, childless woman that it's very hard for me to detach how she's been presented from the gender ideology in Gundam in a way that is very... Like, her whole thing is, I'm taking over the Vist family because I'm evil and want them to become, and I want to keep the shit going because I'm making money. But like, never really given, I don't know, any latitude of character besides being a smug, evil woman who's just like, people can die for whatever I want. Alberto is, I think, okay, to talk about Super Robot Wars, these two characters show up in Super Robot Wars, and Alberto will almost always, like, leave the Vist Foundation when it becomes morally unconscious to be with them, in a way that's kind of interesting. Also, he's Banashir's half-brother. We don't talk about that. Marita, I guess, is like a sister to them, but
that
I don't
makes
know.
total sense. I completely didn't track that, but yeah, he would be, wouldn't he? That's
says
fucked
it,
up.
and it's such a nothing. It's such a nothing plot.
That's so weird.
It's actually really funny. It's very it's very zombie because somebody is talking to Alberto right before like the end final operation. They're like, hey, you know, we might end up killing your half brother out there, and Alberto's like, yeah, but the Vist family like is constantly killing each other, so it's kind of fine. Like that, and that's the only time we ever talk about it.
Anything else before we jump into part 3?
I really, really want to talk about the very small, absolutely like one of the most violent Mechagore things we've seen in Gundam, which is when Riddy gets his ass absolutely handed to him by the Banshee in the hangar of this carrier.
It's crazy.
It's fucking brutal. And then I also...
It's so well animated. It's like all high-end drawn. Fucking own.
So many Gundam first. This I found this really affecting. And then my first Gundam straight up open mouth crying scene, which is when Zinnerman is begging Marita to come out of the Banshee. That hit me
I really like
fucking
that,
hard. It killed me.
Hey, can we just talk that Marita has no womb in this essay? She's a daughter. I don't know. This is one of the few times a mother and a daughter allegory has worked in Gundam. I love this. I actually believe this. I think it's beautiful. I cry every fucking time. I think it's so beautiful.
And this, when he gets through to her, is when I was like, oh my god, a fucking play clone is gonna make it. Like she's actually gonna like actualize, and it's gonna be okay. And that I was very wrong, but at this point, I was like profoundly affected by that moment.
Yeah, I think for me, it was a little undercut by the fact that they've been playing up the angle of Zinnerman's sort of like being a father to Marita. And this has been very apparent through the whole show, but I think they were scared that you might have forgotten, so they make him like physically bring out like a picture of his daughter and then like overlay the image of Marita. I think the show could have done. This is one of those times where the show could have done a lot better with just
it could have pulled back a little bit,
a little more confidence in the ability to be like a little teeny bit subtle. But that for me really did undercut that scene. I was a bit like, oh, okay, like I already knew that, but okay.
I think they had to because people would have been like, oh, they're a couple because of Gundam fans having literal literacy.
Yeah.
Maybe. I guess so.
Gundam fans not having a problem with age diff relationships? What?
This is a thought that I had too because I think that there's a really easy way to read nasties out of the later scene where she appears to everybody as she's dying and she's talking to Zenderman and she's naked and like there's a valence there that you can dig for, and I think that this very unsubtle like small child transparently twirling through space superimposed over Marita's face is it's like not I wish it had pulled back too, but I also get the read of
but
like
also did they need to do it multiple times and also literally have her call
they
him
do
dad?
a lot. They
multiple
really
times, and every
like her
time
saying
they
dad
evoke
once
it
would have been like, oh
yeah,
I get it. The photo and that would have been enough, but
I think it's fucked up and Titans coded that the big scary black Federation battleship that ends all battleships is called the General Revel. I think that's really fucked up of them.
Yeah.
A very cool, subtle detail. Not subtle at all. Very cool detail that I really like.
Naming your evil fast ship after a guy you who did a bunch of fast shit is pretty cool, especially if you deposed him because he wasn't harsh enough on space noise.
Yeah. literally.
It'd be like naming something the M4 Sherman after you didn't punish the South for what they did. Can you imagine? America jokes. Let's go to episode 6 and 7.
Super down.
Going back to space and grabbing the chain from the Argama.
Right. I've got a lot to say about this one.
Let's talk about this scene, because before we get to the next part, this does happen at the end of the episode.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so this, when I was talking about parallels between Loran from Turn A and Banshee, this is really the scene that I was thinking about. The scene is really weird to me because it's, for the most part, it's like a really strong emotional moment, right? Like it's Banshee being forced to do something that isn't fighting, and to use the strength of his mobile suit to like achieve something that isn't just strictly destructive. And you know, and he's doing it, and it's the music is swelling, and it's great. And then fucking Daugaza Mackle appears on screen, and you're like, what? I don't know. It's very weird. It's one of those things where I think like in if it were Loran doing this, he would have been talking about he would have been telling us like why he's doing it. What's important about getting into space and getting you know, in his case it'd be getting Queen Diana into space. Like why would that be important to him? But for Banshee, he's kind of just doing it, and it's like he gets powered up by like the idea of human connection more so than like any really specific goal that he has in mind. It's weirdly unmotivated, and it undercuts this really powerful sequence of him doing something non-destructive. Like right as the tension is and the drama is like at its highest, you're reminded that it's not really for anything. It's pretty weird.
I agree. I will say I haven't seen Turn A, and so I don't have anything to compare it to. It worked for me on the base level of, like you said, I really liked seeing the Gundam being used to do something that wasn't combat. It doesn't hit for me when it turns green and opens up its weird little like psycho energy capillaries. That doesn't work for me.
It doesn't for me.
I will say I did like it also because when Daugaza shows up and you realize that every time the Gundam turns green, it's because it's using the power of the dad ghosts. Not gig is real, and it's saved to the day.
It's fucking real.
The cable time mechanic. And so like I liked that stuff. I liked that it puts the context on the table for the sleeves and the nail Argama to have to work together. I didn't like how quickly that dissolved.
It's, and the way in which it dissolves is also really weird. There's like we have this like really interesting sequence where the crews are trying to get along and not doing a very good job of it, right? And that's kind of cool. Like you get to see like, it's kind of interesting to see the way that these two opposing political factions would interact with each other directly.
But what if it was just in one hallway? What if we did this entire plot in one hallway that everybody was in?
Hey, sometimes they're on the bridge.
It's like, yeah, it's in one hallway and on the bridge in 2 scenes. And then we immediately jump to the captain going, "We don't negotiate with terrorists." Crazy line. Like, what are you talking about? Like, okay. That being a very loaded thing to say aside, him saying that and then immediately like really dramatic music playing on like the special forces guys jumping out of the vents and shit with their
Saving the
smoke grenades
hostages,
and
yeah.
guns. It's very like
The Fetties. The Nailer Gumma.
Well, actually, Alice, give your part 3 summary, because this is part 3 anyway.
Banashir gets closer to unlocking the box and is attacked by the Unicorn Banshee around Industrial 7. The ghost of Grips 2 is evoked, and Lala appears again! People come together to stop even more death, and another Earth Sphere war is stopped. Oh, and also Laplace's blocks is a metaphor. It was just a metaphor. You gotta work it out on your own. And I guess a plaque, but we don't need to talk about that. So when they get up to space, they get attacked by the General Revel. Just to give the General Revel just exactly 2 seconds, ugliest carrier in Gundam. It has 5,000 launch ramps on it. But what they do that's very cool in a mech way is the Rezels and the Jeggins that they have on there are specific to the General Revel and are using the Earth Federation Forces color scheme instead of the Earth Space Forces. So they're in their tans and oranges, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I will say a couple other things about the General Revel that I like. It has those like missile loaders that do a very pointless 360-degree flip with the missiles before they fire them.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
It also has Tokyo 3 style like giant building shielders that the mechs can just like evoke when they need a shield in close quarters combat. That fucking ruled too.
Yeah, that shit's so cool.
Yeah, also in this part, the General Revel deploys a cloud which stops beam weapons. This won't come up in any future Gundam properties for some reason, that we have a way to effectively defeat beam weapons regularly. Full Frontal shows up. We all have to get along with the sleeves. Obviously, I have 2 distinct factions in the sleeves at this point. The Full Frontal hardliners and those who actually believe in Mineva Zabi.
This is what about this situation really works for me is Zeon has always been this like this on paper it is a like anti-colonialist struggle for independence.
Yeah.
It has been co-opted by this like dynastic like race narrative urge to do Nazi shit. And what ends up happening is the Federation can't get along with the Neo Zeon, the full Nazi fascists of it all. And instead there's a hard line where Zinnerman has to like make the call to say, okay, I have to put my foot down. Unfortunately, it's wrapped up in the I don't want to call her Play 12. There's too many M names.
Marita,
yeah. It's caught up in the Marita stuff, but I like the line that falls across. And I also really like that Full Frontal has a more grounded, materially driven terrorist plot than Char did in Char's counterattack. He wants to create an economic free zone that basically ices the Earth out.
Prosperity sphere. Thank you very much.
Yes. And like that stuff is all like really interesting to me. I like, and one of the things that we do that's mirroring in this is Aaron, you pointed out that like there's a weird flip where Otto is suddenly like, I don't negotiate with terrorists. That happens at the same time Angelo flips, which is when he delivers this line, "How dare they do this while the captain is away? You're the one that took hostages. You started this."
Yeah, no, literally, yeah.
I like that they both kind of have this nonsensical turn towards aggression with each other.
Yeah.
It really highlights that the Fetty Zeon fight is just like, you can just say stuff. You can just like be like, oh, those fucking terrorists. And people are like, yeah, those fucking terrorists. I hate those fucking space terrorists.
9, 11.
Anyway, I also love when Angelo is at his angriest, which is when Full Frontal has Bonager in an arm lock against the Unicorn Gundam, And Angelo just wishes that he could get in an arm lock with full frontal, like so desperately.
I wish I was being pinned against the mobile suit by the captain.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about this hangar, which this is one of the cool shots in the show where they just have the sleeve suits on one side and the Razzle on the other side.
I really like the way that this really cramped layout leads to this like a really cramped action sequence, or like where these mobile suits are like trying to get things done in this very, very tight space. It's just like, it's very physically interesting.
My favorite Neo Zeon line ever, which is they look up and they look at the mobile suits and they say, "They stand the mobile suits upright?"
Yes, I really like that.
And it's like, oh yeah, that in space, they never do that. They've never done that on a Zeon ship. It makes no sense.
I very enjoy also how often Zinnerman is kind of damsel in distress, imperiled by being a person not in a mobile suit around all the mobile suits.
Yeah,
there's that great scene where Angelo almost crushes him with the big claw. I love all this stuff. I love Marita's delivery of "Can't I have my way just this one time?" Like, this all hits so hard.
His last order to her will all that stuff. Their whole plot is great. Just keep it moving, which is they race to where we started, which is the colony builder. By the way, there's a colony builder. It's fucking cool. But that's where Laplace's box was the whole time. Whoa!
Wow.
The fight between the Nail Argama and the Neo Zeon fleet, I just want to talk about the one part where two of the sleeve units land on the ship, including the little fucked up
the
Gallus.
yes, the fisticuffs of Gallus. It's awesome.
Which is a suit that they stripped armor off of so it could be faster, but it also doesn't have enough propulsion to get out of there, so they rocket it onto the ship. He pulls out a chain mine. This whole fucking sequence.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, you can have those belt mines. You can have all of the swag of the one unit that's going to take down this carrier. You'll never be the camper, but
the other guy has the shotgun. They're really evoking the camper with this.
Yeah, that really going for it. Yeah.
But you can reference it and be super cool. I really enjoyed that.
I also just like they fight a Jegan, an Akoas type Jegan on this, and he just like pulls out a laser pistol. They ain't doing shit against that armor. But that whole fight with it's so close quarters for being in space.
While we're talking about the mechs in this last bit and the combat, I have a question, which is do we know anything about this completely random Gundam that Space Gandalf's assistant pilots for 5 seconds? It's just like a spare Gundam.
Oh my god! Is it the Mach? It's a Mach 4, right?
It is the ARX 014 Silver Bullet.
Where did he pull that one from? Like
this is a giant pull, by the way. Brian, is all you need to know that he fucking had a Silver Bullet.
Okay.
Fucking crazy that's there.
Yeah, this is just a really cool Gundam variant type.
It's a really weird one. It's got like a really interesting like sort of rounded shapes like on the legs. It feels like one of those old side material designs.
It allows people who aren't new types to use Saikomu kind of stuff. Is its cool thing. But yeah, I love the Silver Bullet so much.
It's such a weird mobile suit.
It's very strange. I liked it a lot too because I like when I'm a known Gundam not liker, like the actual Gundams that they're not usually my favorite part. I like when they take the basic concept of the Gundam and do something weird with it. I like that this is a Gundam on two legs that are very strange.
It's got little chicken feet.
Yeah,
actually quite big chicken feet.
Yeah,
other things that I'm sad about. So we also get they pull out all the sleeves mobile weapons for this, and we basically just get one after the other. Hey, remember the Zaku 3? It's dead. Hey, remember the Gallus K? It's dead. Hey, remember the Zasa? The guy with the weird shoulder missiles? He's here.
I could never forget the Zasa. I would never forget.
What about the Gigan? Have we talked about Gigan? Gigan's here. Gigan is here with his big fucking legs.
All my favorite guys are here.
You get a Gelgoog doing the blade spin, and that's when I started clapping.
I fully didn't notice the Gigan.
He's in there for like 2 seconds before he dies. But also, we have one more pretty important one we have to talk about, which is the NZ999 Neo Zeong. This thing's fucking huge.
It's really quite big.
It is a mobile suit. It is the Tenkentoppa Gurlungan of Xeon mobile armors, because the Sinanju just pilots it the way a normal person would pilot a mech.
I really like how it takes it's been on screen like for a little bit by the time it like gets close to the top of it, and that you realize that that's a little Sinanju in that.
Right? It takes a minute, but
I love when it has the space for the Sinanju's actual arms to deploy, and so it can like deflect little things from the cockpit.
Really,
but you
really
did
good
like it
moment.
when the Dendrodrobium did that in 0083. Interesting.
I liked that with the Dendrodrobium.
Oh,
I just didn't
Nico,
like
you hated
anything else about the Dendrodrobium.
So there's a couple things we have to talk about it, which is 6 arms to hold me gently. Thank you, Xiong. Has the coolest weapon suite, doesn't have legs, it has giant boosters that get blown up. It also can form a perfect ring out of some material we'll never explain.
It has like a psycho halo. Like, what's not to love?
And what are we gonna do with that psycho halo, guys?
We're gonna
come with me. We're going
We're
there.
gonna time travel, but also we're gonna perch on the underside of Industrial 7, and we're gonna do weird, fucked up mind control to deceased GMs that turn into fucked up veiny zombies. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's sick. It's so sick.
So cool.
It's the kind of Psychomu bullshit that I love in Gundam when they're like, hey, what if Psychomu did this shit too? Okay.
I really
so
like
cool.
that Full Frontal is out here being like, here is my plan, and he lays out his sort of like moderate economic policy, and then he's like, here is my backup, and he brings out the most fucked up thing that has ever existed in the Universal Century.
Backup plan.
Like, I think you could have just gone with this one. It probably was going to work. Like,
I do want to shout out one other mech that deserves some justice and some love, which is the Da Vinci brand diplomacy document signing mech that mirrors the pen movements when we're watching the Federation thing get signed. It shows him writing, and the robot arm is like mirroring his signature, engraving it onto the big hexagon. It fucking whips. I love that thing.
That's actually beautiful. So this gets kind of in that way that a Gundam series does, because it doesn't really know how to land it. We get very esoteric. Full Frontal, who is a vessel for all space noids, takes Banagher, who is a vessel for autism, through all the terrible things that happened in the UC timeline, which is just like, hey, highlights of what happened in all of the Gundam series. And then he goes to the beginning of time where it's dark, and he's like,
end
hey,
of time.
The end of time.
Very specifically, it's the end of time.
And he says, hey, guys, it's kind of, it's dark and it's evil and nothing matters, and you should never try to improve anything, and you should only go over vengeance. And Banagher says, but there's a light inside me called Maneva Zabi, which is, I found a woman. And
let's be journalistically accurate here. I found a light here at the end of time. It is the desiccated ghost of Lala Soon.
Anyway, we drag her out of the closet again, the dead body of Lala Soon.
Yeah.
We also get Char's original voice where he's like, oh, shit, is this what they're doing with my memory? That's kind of fucked up. Yeah, that's kind of not what I wanted.
He seems kind of chill about it, to be honest. He's kind of like, oh, hey, bro.
They very unsubtly give us the 3 colors of our dead polycule.
So, I want to point something out here, which is Toru Furuya is also here. Fuck Toru Furuya.
Fuck that guy.
He has one line, and I just want to say, it's not straight if you're ghosts with each other at the end of time, and then you all coalesce into a big gay polycule spiral and go off into the cosmos. That's not straight.
No, it's not.
They are in a polycule.
Yeah. This is one of those things where I think for me, my at least my personal read on a lot of the way that Lala has been present in Gundam following on from her death was that, especially in Char's counterattack, there's this sense that it's not necessarily her that Amuro is seeing, but more like an internal manifestation of his grief. And I really like that. I really like that view of it. I like that it's not clear whether it's literally a ghost of her or whether it's some like. It's just a dream that he's having because he's still grieving.
I had that same reading when we did CCA. I really also agree. I like that.
This show gets very like literal about it, where it is just like there is a literal Lala ghost and a literal Sharon Amuro ghost, and they are all visiting Full Frontal to say, "What's up, bro?"
in the way that we've kind of cranked the new types up to being, hey, this is about new types and how they're going to let people communicate. When Marita dies, everyone hears her last message that's in the shoal zone, and like the whole crew is attuned to it, even if they're not new types. And we literally see her ghost body talking to people. And they even evoke that, like, maybe eventually people will be able to do this without being dead is something that they bring up, and it's like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those. It's another one of those ways that, at least for me, the show didn't work so much. Is that it's like it's doing that thing where it's presenting new types as like very like straightforwardly like post 2000s anime cool, and not this sort of like kind of surreal psychedelic ambiguous thing that it was previously.
I'm 100% with you. I think that I think one of the things that doesn't work to me about. It works and doesn't work. The whole Rita like hating new types, not quite realizing that he is a new type thing. I like when characters are wrong and they have to like own up to the fact that they were wrong. I like that he has this late game turn. I don't like that they are just literally space wizards at this point. Like there is no narrative push to say like this is something that manifests as, a fantasy of people understanding each other in the most intimate way possible, such that they don't have a desire to do violence anymore.
Yeah.
And I suspect that this stuff is only going to continue escalating as far as new types doing space magic is concerned. And I like space magic. I'll be clear.
Yeah, I can get behind it.
The Sinandra doing a safer Sephiroth and like have it like literally casting an endgame JRPG spell at the end of this.
It is sick. It's so cool.
It's so sick. I also want to say I love Full Frontal really is a Char in the way that he says that he is a vessel filled with the collective will of the people. Motherfucker, you don't know the collective will of the people. Your sense of the social is so literally up.
Just talk to two guys.
Yeah, it's so funny to me. I think it's like such a dead ringer line. Okay, we've been talking around it. Guys,
let's talk about Laplace's box.
Guys, what if they said, hey, if new types are real, we should not do Gundam? What if that was the plot device?
So, just to lay it all out, the Laplace's box is the original UC charter that got terrorized back when they were signing it. And it has one extra article where there's a conspicuous giant blank spot on the UC charter that says, hey, if people called new types exist, they should get jobs in the government and be able to govern with us.
It's crazy.
That's it. That's the whole thing.
It is so neolib brained to be
it's so
like
fucking yeah.
Oh my god, to be like the solution to everything is that if we realize that the law was supposed to be that we give government jobs to new types, that it'll fix everything.
It's so fucking like Democrat wrong-footed in its conception. And then
Real
it's
West Wing
also
moment.
so stupid to say, okay, your secret MacGuffin is a line in a document that says, if the plot of Gundam happens, we shouldn't do the bad parts of the plot of Gundam. That's literally what it says.
It's so weird.
To give it a reparative reading by Alice Reynolds, age 12, I think it says a lot. I was talking to Aaron about this in the pre-show, which is when Maneva is giving her all universe broadcast, which that's the other part of Laplace's box, is he has a key where you can make one broadcast over every channel before they can counter hack you, so they can't hide the message. And she's giving a speech where she's literally explaining beat for beat to the world what this is and what the Universal Charter is about. And everybody's talking over it because it's such a sauceless speech.
It's not,
it's not a good speech.
But to give the reparative reading is because Laplace's box was about moving people through the horrors of the 1 Year War, like where the colonies fell, where these terrible battles happened, all of these other things, that you could find people who could explain to others, hey, war was bad. We shouldn't do that again. And I think he's trying to you two will be able to use Laplace's box, which is this idea that, hey, maybe you shouldn't believe what the government tells you or Full Frontal tells you. You should just, I don't know, think of your fellow human as a fellow human. And like, they even go into like, when they're talking about it over her speech, they're like, a lot of people won't believe this. People are going to have to do a lot of work on their own. People don't trust any of this. She's a zombie. None of this makes sense. Like, they're literally saying, hey, this probably might actually not change anything.
and you think about it for like 3 seconds and you realize, no, of course it's not going to do anything. Like, it's like if they came out with if we found out that there was going to be something in the US Constitution that was like, basically just all of that shit is bad and you shouldn't do it. That's not going to change the fact that it's been done, and it's not going to stop anyone from continuing to do it, literally
100%.
at all.
I had the same note, which is, hey guys, what if the US Constitution had a secret article that said, if the state of Israel ever becomes evil, don't ally with the state of Israel? That's literally what this would have been.
Literally. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It's really interesting too, because they talk about like, when they talk about, they drill in a few times in the series about like who fired the first shot. And like I made a joke about it, like, hey, the Federation literally shot the first shot of this and then did a bunch of war crimes. Like they go back to, hey, before anything went wrong, Zeon dropped the colony. They did all those things. And they literally say, hey, that was actually just a reaction to oppression. Like the first shot was them not being treated like people out there. And I think there's a lot to be said about that in our current world state. But also, you can't undo all of that damage. So, that's what was in Laplace's box, but there's one other mystery of the Universal Century. We've got to rate these goddamn mechs. So, Aaron, this is your first time on our show. When we talk about rating the goddamn mechs, we are using a scale of 1 to 10, and it's just, how cool that mech, how mechy that mech, how mech that mech. We aren't talking about the plot. We aren't talking about Full Frontal's little hair or his cunty friend. We're talking specifically about the mechs and using your knowledge of all of mechs, and it's completely subjective. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate these goddamn mechs.
Okay, so we're talking about the whole show here, just the mechs in the whole show.
The whole show. You were talking about collectively
Holistically.
every mech we see in Unicorn.
It's gotta be a 10. I think that the Kshatriya and the Sinanju alone are doing so much heavy lifting, but like they don't even need to be, because we just see every UC mech that's ever existed is here, and they're animated beautifully. You get to see like a laser shot like pass through them, and the metal sear and bubble and explode. Like it's the best mech combat I think I've ever seen and might ever see. Like it's so cool. It would be unconscionable to give it less than a 10 for me.
I totally
It would be
get
so
that.
wrong.
There's just, what was your favorite suit in this series?
It's the Kshatriya. Second to the Kshatriya, yes, Sinanju. It's those two are perfect.
They're so good. Brian, rate these goddamn mechs.
Yeah, so the elephant in the room on this is, and the highest barrier to entry for me is, I think that both of the main Gundams are ridiculously bad. I from a certified not liker of most Gundams, these are the worst Gundams to me. And like it's not even anything like specific. It just flat out from a taste perspective, from just like my own personal sensibilities, they just don't work. I think they're unpleasant. I think the way that the weird, like I said, the like psycho frame capillaries open up is like almost gross in a way to me that's like off-putting.
Yeah.
Like a carapace cracking.
Yeah. I think the shield funnels are pretty cool, but then if I'm counting them together as a unit, the Banshee really drags it back down by not having those, being equally bad looking, if not a lot of the times worse. Like I said, there's some designs in Bravern that I really, really like, and then when it gets all up in its own asshole, that's when the designs tank for me, and that is the Banshee is the distillation of that issue. There's just too much going on with it. I just can't get with it. However, the Sinanju is on some Sephiroth shit. It looks absolutely insane, spinning its horrible ghost possession web. It's one of the scariest out-of-pocket things I've ever seen in Gundam. The Kshatriya being like the culmination of this design language being spoken since, like, diegetically since 0083 is just like unspeakably badass. My beloved Angelo, who, by the way, is alive at the end of this. Angelo survives.
And he gets a free body of his favorite person. Some
Look,
say
I
it's
don't wanna
just
talk
a
about
vessel.
I forgot about that. He does. It's so... I don't know how to feel about it, but he does. That does happen.
That animation on his face is insane.
Another thing we didn't talk about with his, what the fuck is... He pilots a Gyarados at the beginning, but what the fuck is that other
the
thing?
Rosen Zulu.
Yeah, the Rosen Zulu, yeah.
The Rosen Zulu at the end has so much cool action. Antithesis to the Psychic Pyramid of Defense, a la the new Gundam, is the polygon of destruction that
Stops new type waves.
Angelo does.
Yes, it's sick.
So
It's sick.
unbelievably sick.
It's really
all those
good.
things are so completely redeemable for the 7.5 hour OVA that it's actually not fair. It's like sickening to me that these amazing suits have to be on the same stage as these fuck ugly Gundams. I saw my beloved Kapul. I saw my mass-produced Ashimar. I got to see Zaku's sniper type firing out of a fat uncle. It's so fucking peak. I have to give it an 8. I have to ding 1 point for each bad Gundam. So this gets an 8 for me.
Did you just say that you thought they were the same Gundam in earlier? I'm not to defend Unicorn Gundam.
I'm also saying this out of respect for the fact that I notably said that 0083 had to be the peak, and I just can't. This can't get that close to 0083.
True.
It can't. So
this is going to be a really, really big surprise to anyone who knows my love of the GM mass-produced mobile suit and any variant thereof. But this is a 10 out of 10 for me. Unfortunately, I know it seems like I'm really heavy in the 1 year pod, but like this kind of gets to like a level of saturation. Like I'm not even joking that I watch scenes from this. I talked about the Virulent Custom as just like a mech system, like the story of it coming through the Titans and a repurposing, and it just being a background character fighting Zaku Mariners, and like just out of the context of any other Gundam, that fight is some of the coolest mech fights. The lasers are so beautifully done. The destruction is
the
awesome.
fighting is unbelievable.
It's just incredible.
The music is sick. The Rezels Type C's from the General Rebel getting destroyed constantly in just like these ways, like the way that they blow up suits, but they don't always blow up suits. But really, it's the Ewak Jagan. Because there's a Jagan in this
God damn
that
it.
just grabs onto an asteroid so it can use its hyper camera to look into space. And like, if I'm designing mechs and I'm designing shit like this, yeah, I'm gonna have a little mobile Ewak that I can send into space and take pictures of shit. The U2 spy plane of Jagans.
The spy
10
plane
out
of
of 10.
Jagans, it's also in the way that a Jagan and a GM are like little mini Gundams. This is a mini Dendrobium, so this makes perfect sense to me.
It's got a little shoulder
it is.
palisades.
It's got that little,
It's square.
little dendro silhouette on the head.
Let's go to the break. Hey pilots, Alice here. Not to be an anime heroine with you here in the break, but well, I called you back behind the school for a really important reason. It's just, I've been so happy spending all this time together talking about mechs, watching giant robot anime, and building Gunpla kits together. All those wonderful days, laughing at the silly plot of Price of Smiles, sharing G-Savior with our friends, and even when we all cried at Pacific Rim 2. I really cherish you, pilots, and that's why I can't keep this inside of me. I have to ask you a question. Okay, here goes. Will you please rate our podcast 5 stars? It really helps us with the algorithm. I mean, you can share with your friends too, or just post about it incessantly online. It would mean so much to me. Whew, glad I got that off my chest. Well, alright pilots, see you back in the episode. Welcome back from the break. Hey guys, I brought a game.
I like
love
games. Games are fun.
I've grown to love games even more in the factual 15 seconds since we were last recording. There definitely wasn't a 6-hour break that we just took.
Yep, wasn't that. This game is called The Tapestry of Gundam.
Oh no.
The Lady and the Unicorn is a famous series of 6 tapestries made in Flanders in the 1500s. It depicts a noblewoman with a unicorn on her left and a lion on her right. They are upbeat and tell about the 6 senses: the 5 you know, and the secret 6th sense of desire.
This is a real tapestry?
Yes. Much can be said about how this tapestry... Oh, this is a real tapestry from Unicorn Gundam, by the way. This is a real thing. There's 6 of them. It's all a metaphor. All of Gundam is just retelling these 6 tapestries. Fun fact. Much can be said about how this tapestry was reflected in Unicorn Gundam, but much smarter people than me have done that. No, today, we're doing something different. You see, if this tapestry series inspired not just 1, but 2 Gundam designs, what could the other tapestries in history inspire? I've gone and found a few of these historical tapestries, but I've also grabbed the most cursed list in all of Gundam, the fandom.com list of Gundams.
Oh, no.
In the Gundam franchise. That's right. Every single spinoff that had a Gundam is collected here. I'm going to drop that in the chat. You'll notice that this scroll bar is long and that there's over 100 entries because there are so many Gundams. Keep going past the pictures because there's just that many Gundams in Gundam.
Oh, no.
The game is simple. I will present both of you with a tapestry from history, and you will tell me which of the hundreds of Gundams that this tapestry inspired. Then Alice, who is a vessel for the wishes and dreams of all On the Shoulders of Giants listeners, will decide who has the better Gundam selection for that tapestry. A very normal game for very normal people.
I like this a lot, actually.
Okay, that's fun. I can get behind this.
If you want to play at home, please pull up this list and just keep scrolling. You can see such wonderful things as the RX-166 Gundam Mark III Eggly, or even something like the anything in the future century. Devil Gundam, Volcom Gundam, Diablo Gundam, Kuga Gundam, Spike Gundam. We got Gundams for days, boys. Anyway, let's get started. Alphabetically, Brian, you go first.
Okay.
The Apocalypse Tapestry is a 140-meter long, 6-meter tall tapestry depicting the Book of Revelations from St. John the Divine. Commissioned by Louis I, this was actually a happy tapestry, showing valor and glory in the fight against demons in the end times. Which Gundam do that depict? Oh wait, I guess this is for both of you. Scroll through your list. Sorry, I forgot how my own game worked. Okay, both of you scroll through this list and tell me which one of these is inspired by the Apocalypse Tapestry. Now, those of you who know the Apocalypse Tapestry know that this has 90 scenes from the Book of Revelations. All of your favorites are here. You can actually go see this in a museum. Still, it's crazy. People say that he used to just put this out in front of his manor so that people could come and read them as like a, hey, Jesus guy is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm finding the perfect Gundam to encapsulate this concept.
Oh no, keep going. Keep scrolling. There's a couple more.
Oh, okay. No, I know. I think I know my answer.
I think I can go for any Gundam.
Oh yeah, but it has to be the right one.
Has to be the right one.
I have an argument for mine. I saw it in the list and I was like, oh, yep, there we go.
I think I'm just gonna have to go with my one.
With your gut. Go with
I think I got it.
Brian, you're up first. Who do you have for the Apocalypse Tapestry?
I have and I'm gonna say it Alice style, XXXG-01D2 Gundam Death Scythe Hell. And I picked the Gundam Death Scythe Hell because it is a scary vampire Gundam, but it's piloted by Duo Maxwell, who is possibly the most bumbling, cheerful idiot of all Gundam protagonists.
Good job leaning on Gundam that you've seen to make your argument. That's a bold strategy instead of just picking one of the random manga ones. Aaron, what about you?
I'm gonna go for Gundam I haven't seen, but I know a little bit about. I believe that the God Gundam from G Gundam. I'm given to understand that there's some maybe some Devil Gundam business happening in this show.
Book of Revelations known for having a bit of God stuff going on in it.
Yeah, it just feels, I don't know, it feels like an easy go-to. I'm gonna be real mad that I picked this one already later on, I think.
We'll see. There's a lot of God in tapestries. Weird thing they did in the 1600s in Europe. Don't know what that was all about. I'm channeling it. I'm feeling the many voices and the spirits of those oppressed on the shoulders of giants listeners. And they're telling me, it's got to go to Death Scythe. I just feel like Death Scythe has more of an apocalypse vibe to it. The God Gundam, great choice. But you know what? I feel feel like God isn't the really cool part of Book of Revelations. It's the people he hands guns to, you know?
Yeah.
From what I know about Christianity, I don't know.
I need to watch G Gundam because I just looked at the Devil Gundam, and this
Wait, you've
thing
never seen?
There's some shit going on with the Devil
This
Gundam.
is a motherfucker. What the fuck?
Number 2. The Unicorn Hunt was commissioned and made in the 1600s using metallic thread to make it ethereal. Its 6 panels depict a hunt, capture, and then killing of a magical unicorn. Y'all, which Gundam does that depict?
Okay, I'm looking.
People say that this is a metaphor for Jesus. Fun fact, unicorns used to be a metaphor for Jesus. Also, I'm dropping in the chat to kind of give you some inspiration. This one's kind of fucking hilarious. I'm vibing with it.
Okay, I have my answer.
Oh, I gotta think about this.
No,
This game is very
take your time.
hard. I'm finding this game very difficult. I gotta really think about this.
You gotta find the right one. Listeners, in this one, this is more of the French style of murals where everybody's kind of flat painted, and there's a lot of green. Highlights are the unicorn is stabbing a dog in the stomach with its horn. Real big fan of that. It's also been stabbed where Jesus was stabbed, because that's pretty cool. There's also a guy with a mallet. Not sure what he's doing during the hunt, but
He's got a mallet.
he's got a mallet.
I think I've got mine.
Okay. Brian? Actually, let's go the other way for this one. Aaron, you go first this time.
So this is a bit of a there's a bit of a rabble here hunting this unicorn. There's a whole group of people, and I believe that this is summed up quite well by the ZZ Gundam, which has several pilots at the same time, who are themselves a little bit of a mad rabble of crazy teens,
Scrappy young kids. Yeah.
Yeah, and the unicorn that they're hunting, I guess, is maybe Haman Khan. I don't know what's happening. I think that's probably what that is.
I get that. I see that a lot. I see the ZZ a lot in this.
It's a beautiful creature that they're hunting, except probably for the right reasons in their case, I'd say.
Brian, what about you?
Okay, I'm going at this from the Jesus angle, the religion angle, and the only Gundam that I really know of that is heavily associated with religion is the Moon Gundam. So I'm going with Moon Gundam.
This is hard. This is hard because I love the Moon Gundam more than anything else in the world. The Moon Gundam is so good, guys.
The Moon Gundam is so sick.
Guys, go read Moon Gundam. It's a great manga. There's a cult. Unfortunately, I am gonna have to give this one to Aaron. I do feel like that's much closer. To the energies, the French energies of this tapestry.
It is. It's French. Yeah.
The ZZ Gundam. If you look at that, we've got to hunt, capture, and kill that unicorn. That's what I think when I see it. Moon Gundam. What a unicorn of a Gundam, though. More of a circle, though.
Oh yeah.
Question 3. The Bayou tapestry, which is unique as it is a beaded tapestry at 70 meters long and 20 inches wide. It's a long boy. It depicts the Norman conquest of England in 1066. It goes from Edward the Conqueror and Earl of Wessex fumbling the Battle of Hastings and losing to William the Conqueror. The last panel is missing, and no record exists of what it once was. Which Gundam did that depict? This one meant to be read in long form.
Okay. Oh, I'm of two minds on this one already.
I've got a solid personal answer for this one. I think I can work this from multiple angles.
Oh yeah.
I've got a good one, I think.
You can see a high def scan of this entire tapestry on the museum's website, by the way. It's pretty fucking sick. You should go check it out. One of those cool parts of history we still have.
Yeah.
You can also make fun of the Earl of Wessex. He fucked that so bad. Imagine getting known for the Battle of Hastings. I would just die. Oh wait, he did.
He did.
Okay, I think I have mine.
Okay. Brian, you go first this time.
My answer, and I'm sorry, I know that there are people who really hate it when I harp on this, but I'm going to pick the G-Quux for this one, specifically because of the fact that it's not finished.
Yes. I nearly did that. I nearly went for that.
Yeah. So that's basically it. That's all I'm going to say about that.
The self-enclosed story. It's perfect. Aaron, what are your thoughts on G-Quux? No, we can't do that right now. What's your answer?
I don't want to talk about G-Quux. I don't want to talk about G-Quux. My answer for this one is the Victory Gundam on two accounts. First, it depicts a victory. And secondly, I haven't finished I've watched part of Victory Gundam, and I haven't finished watching it.
Ooh,
So
okay.
I think I've got to, yeah.
That's really solid.
So you can't see it, but I put my shitty gay little goggles on and I flipped out my hair. And I'm really channeling the voices of the OSG listeners in this moment. And I think they're telling me that personal experience doesn't really matter and you have to be an arbiter of truth. And I have to listen. I'm merely a vessel. I'm so sorry, Aaron. I'm going to have to give this to Brian. Even though I think G-Quux is finished, I think the voices of the OSG listeners speaking through me say that it's not.
I'm strongly in favor of the voices of the OSG listeners on this one, I gotta say.
Me, Alice Frontal over here, if I were to take off this mask and you asked me what I really felt, I would say that it's not up to me. But I think they did nothing wrong. Anyway, question 4. The Devonshire hunting tapestries are 4 huge tapestries depicting French nobility hunting animals. Created around 1400, these are some of the only hunting tapestries to survive of this era, and were displayed in the Chatsworth Manor before being put in a museum for caretaking in the 20th century. What Gundam do that depict? Hunting tapestries are a pretty cool thing. A lot of people would just like get tapestries made of their sick ass hanging out with their friends. I think that's just neat. Oh, here it is. This is the one that I picked because it has a fucking elephant in it. Wait, no, this is the wrong one. Shit.
I'm not looking at this one.
No, delete it. It's this one.
Oh.
This shit
Okay.
rips.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is really sick. Okay, I already know mine for this one because I saw it earlier and I was hoping something like this would come up.
Oh.
Fucked up shit. It's a bunch of aura farming French nobility just kind of recreating a battle for fun in their fucking yard as a party because that's why they got their heads chopped off.
Ooh, that's so hard. It's so difficult. I think I got one for this.
Okay. All right. It's question 4. Aaron, you go first.
I have the Strike Gundam from Gundam Seed. Now, my reasoning is there's a lot of striking happening in this, which is kind of the stupid answer to this. The smart answer is that they're recreating a battle in this, and what Gundam Seed is doing is recreating Gundam 79. And maybe there should have been some heads chopped off. I'm not sure.
Like a shittier 0079, much like France. Brian, what's your answer?
My answer is kind of very simple and bare bones, but I saw it in the list earlier and I was like, if something like this, if there's an opportunity to talk about this, I want to take it. So I'm going to take it. I picked the Mammoth Gundam from G Gundam.
There's a Mammoth Gundam?
Oh yeah, hold on.
Oh shit, that sounds awesome.
I need so many people to watch or read.
It's so fucking cool looking.
That's fucking sick.
It's just got a big ass face. It's so good. I love him.
I like that it's still very recognizably a Gundam. Like,
They
it's
made
still
its
got
face
all of the
so
face
big.
features.
I'm sorry, is that the Turn X riding it?
Yeah.
What? Oh, it is. That's awesome.
Video games are real, guys. Gotta give it to Brian for the Mammoth Gundam. Sorry. It's gotta go to the Mammoth Gundam.
No, the Mammoth
It's
Gundam can't lose.
It's so stupid. It's so unnecessary. Much like hunting tapestries, that's food you could have given to people, and instead you're gonna be like, check out how cool we were. We're so fucking cool.
Yeah.
We're the best.
Well, and that's also kind of the spirit of G Gundam, which is like you could be feeding people, but let's make a big mech wrestling ring to do the special Death Olympics on instead.
Yeah.
We're out here doing shit. Question 5. The Triumph of Fate is a part of the 6-piece set based on the Petrarch's poem Trionfi, the Triumphs. I ain't Italian.
Buongiorno.
In this, Fame is a pretty lady who is so famous she triumphs over death, and many writers stand around her as she literally tramples over Lady Fate. It's an entire 6 series about women stepping on people triumphantly. This is my favorite of them because here I'm gonna post it, but you'll see when you see this steppy. You'll understand why I'm into this one.
Okay, yeah. I know mine.
Oh shit, for real?
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
that's for real. That's yeah. She's serving cunt. Famous serving in this. The others are much more like biblical. This one's just like, hey, give me a sultry.
Oh, maybe I don't have mine. Hold on, I'm reconsidering.
This is not an easy one.
My cat's playing with a bug.
Man, I'm having a tough time. I have two options that I'm having trouble choosing between. Okay, I think I've picked mine.
I got a kind of stupid answer for this one that I'm going to go with.
This is question 5. So Brian, you go first.
Okay, I was thinking, okay, what are some mommy Step on Me Gundams? And the two like female coded Gundams, I picked the Gundam Ariel because while it is a hand crush, that Gundam does crush somebody, which is very close to stepping on someone. Alice is tending her cat.
Well,
Aaron, what's your answer?
I found this hard, and I was a little torn, but I think ultimately I'm going to go with the dumbest answer, which is it's the Wing Gundam Zero on account of she's got those pretty wings there, and the Wing Gundam is a beautiful lady to me.
That's so fair, actually.
I love both of these answers mostly because Ariel, as a icon of fame, like all the haters. Unfortunately, I am really a vessel. I have looked at my cunty subordinate Brian Angelo, who is furious that I'm even considering not making out with him. And I say to myself, unfortunately, it will have to go to the Wing Zero because, yeah, everyone will forgive Gundam Wing because of that fucking piece of shit. And
yeah,
just kidding. I love it. I have no notes. Relina Peacecraft deserved it. Question 6. The Valois tapestries were commissioned by Catherine de' Medici, Queen of France and wife to King Henry II, to aura farm the French court. Each depicts a scene of some court activity, dancing, prancing, feasting, with life-size portraits of herself and her husband in front of them to show how cool their court was. Which Gundam did that depict? And that's, here, I'll repost it. So it's, sorry, I'm going off for the recent files listing, and each time I open one, it moves the list of the files, and I keep seeing them, which is a normal problem to have instead of just going to the folder I created called just for the game and, like, selecting them. Anyway.
There's a lot going on here.
The French fucking loved tapestries, and they went so fucking hard. There's this cool tapestry technique called the Million Flowers, which is literally just that you flowers in your tapestry so that the color as the plant style like bleeds into the tapestry. It's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
That is really cool. Tough.
I think I can. I'm comfortable with mine.
Got a good French answer?
Not necessarily French, but I think it relates to the tapestry.
Just can't believe none of you picked the ZGMF-X56S Beta Sword Impulse Gundam. Classic. We all know.
So we all know.
Okay, I
fucking hate Seed.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to go with my gut on this one. I'm ready.
All right, Aaron.
I'm gonna go with the main Gundam of my favorite show on this one. I'm gonna go with the 10A Gundam, and it's because this is a tapestry that's about dancing and feasting and having a good time. That's the sort of thing that show is like. It likes to spend time with its characters doing that kind of thing. So I think it feels right to me to pick 10A for this one.
Oh yeah. Oh, I get that. Ryan,
that's
what about
such
your
a good answer? Yeah, I definitely I have to concede this round because my answer is basically just the new Gundam because it is still the Gundam. This is a very cluttered tapestry, but I think it's still very cool to look at and like dynamic. And the new Gundam is like, I think at the threshold of maximum amount of visual clutter while still being really cool looking. Whereas like, for example, the Banshee for me passes that threshold way too far in the wrong direction. So that's basically it.
But as you said it, unfortunately, we are going to have to give this one to Aaron because the turn A is such a French court kind of suit. Aaron, what's this over here? Ask me what kind of question I just tripped over. I just tripped over something. Ask me what type of question it is.
What kind of question did you just trip over?
It's a bonus question!
Oh shit, okay.
It sounds better with the sound effect edited over it, I swear. But I just yell it in the episode. Okay. Bonus question. The unicorn tapestries seen in Unicorn Gundam show the unicorn and the lion, as well as the princess. But there's one other character in the tapestry that we need to figure out which mobile suit it represents. In Taste, one of the 6 tapestries, we meet the monkey on the table, who's eating something tasty. He's been in each one of these tapestries, funnily enough. Which mobile suit does the monkey represent? Qualifier, I should probably say. Which mobile suit in Unicorn? Because we already have the 3. We have our lion.
I see. Okay.
Banshee, we have and Minerva's the princess. Sorry, I don't have a picture of this tapestry. Let me pull it up real quick.
I think I have a bonus answer for this bonus question. But which, I mean, I have an answer. I have one answer.
Fuck on the table over there. I thought about getting a reprint of this to put into my home office as just like a subtle Gundam reference.
There's fucking rabbits on this one. Awesome.
Yeah, there's some shit going on, right? Yeah.
Is that a monkey on the... I would not guess that was a monkey.
Yeah, that's a monkey. Biblical monkeys. Don't... Look,
Yeah.
Hey, guys, look up biblical monkeys. It's always a fun time.
Man, okay. I guess I have my answer for this. Hold on, let me make sure I have the name right.
All right. Brian, what mobile suit is the monkey in the tapestry in Unicorn Gundam?
I'm trying to remember what it's called. I love the design, but I forgot its name. It's that one that has like the snout with the tube fingers. Yeah. It's just like, this is like a fucked up little guy.
It's so fucked up.
And it's like super dumb looking in a way that I really like it when it blows up a GM. So that's what I think about when I see this monkey.
Aaron, what about you?
I think that's a slightly better version of my answer, which is the Capule, which is it's just a beautiful
Capule.
it's a silly little mobile suit that everyone loves. It's sitting on the table. It's got its treat, and its treat is our adoration. Everyone loves it. Like, oh, what a beautiful, beautiful little
Orb.
I love it so much.
I've gotten in the Neo Zeong that we all have here at OSG, and I'm channeling the listeners as I go to the end of time. And you know what? It's got to be the Capule. I'm sorry. I think the Capule would be a better monkey. And with that, let's tally up the scores. Oh my god, Aaron won!
Whoa, okay.
Yay!
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 This list is so cursed. I'm gonna be looking at this for a while.
I'm kind of obsessed.
Real fun play at home game. Go to the Gundam list of Gundams in the Gundam franchise. Click on one, start reading. It's gonna tell you a synopsis about some weird side plot of the UC you've never heard of that is the most insane shit ever, and you're gonna find 100-chapter manga that you love.
Are we seeing this Kamiki burning Gundam? This thing is hideous. What are they doing?
They're making this.
Yeah, the build stuff all looks awful.
It's
The seed
crazy.
stuff looks pretty awful.
My god, build fighters. I love. Okay. Anyway, oh shit. Oh, sorry. Hey guys, I gotta. Oh. Fuck. It looks like Nico sent in a transmission from her reconditioning.
Oh no. She's in the Black Gundam.
Oh shit, okay.
I'm piping it through all channels currently. Let's see what she has to say about Laplace's box.
No. Wait, Alice, are you hearing it?
Is it not coming through?
It's not
we're
coming-
not hearing it.
It seemed like it was going to, and then it didn't for some reason.
Let me actually just open the file. A little thing called...
Anyway, the Atlas Gundam looks like a crash test dummy in a bad way.
Oh,
What?
that is a pretty accurate way of describing what that season of Thunderbolt is, I'd say.
All right. Tell me if you hear it. Or if you don't hear it, I guess.
1 sec. Yeah, I hear it.
Hey, y'all. I'm sorry to miss this one. Because anything that involves the phrase the second coming of Char Aznavour is kind of iconic, but I figured I would write in like I did on the Tedesco episode. So I've got 2 important questions for you, setting aside any question of T-Boy swag for the time being. Question 1, what event do y'all think could possibly be status quo changing enough for society as we know it to be redefined the way the universal century was proposed to be redefined with the Laplace situation? I've got my own thoughts on that, obviously. I mean, for me, the first colony built in space would probably be something like that. But, you know, they own some different shit in Gundam. But what do y'all think? My second question, full frontal. Do we think in the current year, 2026 Anno Domini. The Gundam Writers Room has an intern to Google things in multiple languages for them, or are they still just fucking raw dogging it and doing whatever the fuck they want? Okay, love y'all, and thank you so much to our guests for coming on. Sorry, I'm still giggling about Full Frontal.
Thanks for writing in, Nico. Unfortunately, you are still going to have to go under the reconditioning, even though you sent this in. I didn't even think about T-Boy swag. I didn't evoke it. There's some T-Boy swag in this one. Yeah, I'll put that out there. Full Frontal got T-Boy swag.
Angelo.
To answer the first part, I think that's difficult because not to speak about the current state of the world right now, I don't see any single event that could get people to, like, the most believable part of Unicorn is everybody being like, shit can't change. Like, right now I'm like, fuck, we could do all of this shit. We could have Zaku's and people would still be fighting with them instead of like painting them silly colors and doing like robot wrestling, but cooler. I don't know. This one's hard for me. I always think the Ghost in the Shell answer is pretty easy. I think if we had a net you could actively plug into like that, maybe we'd have that kind of change. What do you guys think?
You can't wait for something to happen that's just going to shake everything up.
Yeah.
There's no single event that's going to do it, and thinking that there is and hoping that there's going to be is like how you trick yourself into not doing anything at all. So, the other answer, I guess, is if we find out that there was a law that never got made that said that you shouldn't have done all that.
Damn that one commandment they missed.
Shouldn't have done all that.
Commandment 11, don't grift. That's insane. Why did we miss that
Yeah,
one?
right.
Commandment 11, don't have billionaires.
Max amount of money can be acquired. But what about like a mustached white robot flying across the sky with a shimmering shield that turns all weapons into ash? Have we thought about that?
I think
that's beautiful.
That might do it.
Yeah, because I was going to say, we're living in this fantasy world where we have mechs or whatever, right? I'm thinking it'd be cool if like 5 or 6 of us got together and disarmed all nukes at once with a giant glowing Star of David using the Vital Globe net. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty brain powered of us.
We
to do that
all
as
have
a
to hold
society.
hands, obviously. Our mechs would have to hold
Wait.
hands.
I know what we got to do. Price with smiles. Somebody just got to hit the button that says stop all war.
Yeah.
We just got to hit the button that says stop war.
It's that easy.
Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty good event. Trey's Kushranada showing up and unifying all of mankind against him. That's probably like something that could be good, I guess.
Yeah.
Or with him. Which was Trey's the good one or the bad one?
Trey's was the bad one. One of the many bad ones in
interesting.
Gundam Wing. I would say most known for taking baths. No,
I would say like one more side, like, okay, here's what it would actually take in the Gundam universe is Luna being like, hey, Earth, stop fucking being a piece of shit. Like, what are you doing? Like, treat the colonies like people, actually. They're like half of our business.
I hate to admit it, but I have a hard time finding enough faults in Full Frontal's economic plan when compared to everything else that's going on, especially when compared to the solution the show wants you to buy into,
which is nothing.
We didn't actually like dive into the Grips 2 about it all, but like the Federation literally rebuilds Grips 2, makes it a better and more refined killing machine, all to continue the oppression of space noids. Like they are literally about to blow up a civilian colony to cover up their fuck-ups.
And the only reason anyone has any moment second guessing anything they're doing is because one of the exec's children is involved.
Yep.
Like, I think it takes... I think another thing would be like, maybe if Mineva Zabi looked Haman Card in the eyes and said, hey, maybe there's a better way to do the Neo-Zeon War. Maybe we could just, like, lead on the fact that everybody already hates the Federation and like not make it worse for us.
It's a little unfortunate that she was like 8 at the time.
She was too little.
Get your shit together.
Hamankarn would have just said, "Shut up and sit on the left side of your giant throne that's way too big for you." Okay.
We didn't watch Double Zeta. Who the fuck is like, yeah, Hamankarn, she's the one who should be in charge of all this. Like, I get it personally for me, but they just put her in charge of Neo Zeon. She was 16. What are we doing?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Why did they do that?
It's because she looked cuntier in 0G than anyone else in human history. That's why.
That's so fucking true.
I want to know her hair tricks. Like, how did she always have that specific flute? To talk about the second part of Nico's question, I mean, that's a translation choice that they made.
Yeah,
that's what I'll say.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's an honor in Japan
it's an honor
to
of
English translation,
Vagina, right? It's totally a Quattro Vagina reference. I feel like
I really just like I don't know whether or not they have a guy who's like, we shouldn't name our thing that. I just hope that they don't, because I love it so much.
I don't know how recent it was. It was definitely like in the more modern era. There was a clip of a Tomino interview I saw where he was talking about some of the Gundam names. Full Frontal wasn't one of them. He was mostly talking about like Makuve type names.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how like there was a point where he would have like Quattro Vagina, for example, at a writer's room meeting, and Sunrise would just okay it. And he realized they weren't listening. They really only cared about the model sales and like the way that he would introduce new Gundams and new models to be sold. So that pissed him off. And so he started coming up with more and more ridiculous names on purpose. Now, Tomino didn't write Unicorn, but I think that's as much in the DNA of Gundam as the concept of a new type is.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Okay, I want to go back to the first part of this question because Nico is probably being tortured by Anaheim Electronics for reprogramming right now. Don't worry about it. But we've got to sweat as much as she does.
What are the tubes even for?
Don't worry about it. We need those for new type stuff. So I think a better question for this, and I think a question, and I'd love our listeners to write in too, but if you were writing the Universal Charter and you had a section titled Future, and you could only write one future rule so that they wouldn't fuck the bag so badly that multiple wars happen, what are you putting in? What are you putting in there?
I mean, this is the truth of why this is so stupid. Is as a Gundam fan who has an outside view of all of Gundam, yeah, I would put in if you get new types, don't do Gundam. That's what I would say on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have a good answer to this one.
It's pretty simple. I mean, it's just like you have to put in a clause about space development getting representation in government. Like, as colonies are built, they shall have an equal share of their own governance and the governance of the Earth sphere. Like, 99% of the problems is because people are like, yeah, we'll just run the colonies from Earth. Like, just put in governance of the colonies is within their own hands or some shit. You know,
there's no. This is just because society, but there's no documental clause that's going to make everyone happy and fix every problem and anticipate every possible thing that goes wrong. But I will say what probably would have been useful is to have in the charter, there can be no economic reliance between the colonies and the Earth, and the colonies are automatically an autonomous government. That's what I would say to put in my charter.
Yeah, I mean, you're already getting rid of all of governments and putting it all in one banner. Just become a bureaucracy. You're just there to move materials. Like, who cares about flags at that point? Like, nobody, like, it's not, who cares anymore? Like, the whole idea of the colonies is you're getting rid of the scarcity, which drives 99% of war.
It was Mr. O'Neill's brilliant idea to have no more wars by removing the need to fight over territory. Maybe try leading into that a little.
Something they never say in Gundam. Here's a phrase you never hear in UC Gundam. There's a food shortage. There's a material shortage. There's an oil shortage.
Yeah,
that's not true.
Right?
Have you ever seen G Savior? Hello.
Okay, not until the end of the Universal Charter do we see this.
End.
But we are in essentially like we're not having problems making Zaku's in bulk. And I'm not sure if you've seen a Zaku. The amount of material and labor that would go into the production. First off, we just need a Gundam anime that's them making mechs. I just want that from design to production, do the whole thing. But
like some kind of build fighters.
But like the biggest problem is like, hey, we keep blowing up the colonies people are trying to live on and, like, keeping them poor. That's kind of fucked up. But nobody's I can't eat today.
Yeah.
Except for the
Well,
Xeon units.
That's realistic. That's, but like, as we discussed, people made Top Gun instead of funding like education programs that could still be alive today. So
yeah.
But have you seen this really cool GM variant that we've made? Instead of treating the colonies like people, hey, I'm not sure if you heard the plot of 0083, but we made 2 really cool Gundams, one of which is just here to nuke people instead of, like, treating the colonies as equals. Like that.
Whoa, hey. I've never heard about any news article or anything saying that ever actually happened, okay?
I didn't read about that one.
And the Titans have protected us ever since that thing that never happened. Well, that was, thanks for writing in, Nico. We do hope you survive that reconditioning and rejoin us a more complacent member of the podcast. That's this episode of On the Shoulders of Giants, where we discussed Unicorn Gundam. Any parting thoughts? Any final thoughts, you guys, about Gundam that we didn't talk about earlier?
I have a little bit I want to get into about the ending and about the Plastis box. Just
Okay,
a little bit. I think that it is fucking crazy. That Mr. Vist held onto the box for ages, just sort of vaguely waiting to give it to someone to do something with it instead of doing something with it.
And then like that, he's like 4 years before this thing, before the 100 years. Why? What? Why now? What? Okay.
Really snuck up on you, huh?
You had a long time to figure that shit out, okay? And then secondly, he funded Anaheim Electronics.
Yeah.
He's the guy behind him.
The architect of all suffering is this fucking guy. It's crazy.
Your elf circlet doesn't fool me.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
When you realize this is the guy who helped popularize the Psycho frame.
There is such a massive amount of blood on this guy's hands, and then Banisher is just quite happily going to
Grandpa!
He's the heir to the Vist Foundation, right? He's the heir to all of this. And this guy is he's one of the worst to ever fucking do it. What the fuck?
Don't forget that I'm pretty sure it's implied that his father was behind, or he was part of the bombing or some shit. Wasn't that him, in the intro?
Yeah, that was him, yeah. The guy who looks suspiciously like Banisher and grows up to become an old elf.
Yeah, he's just such a and then you just everything he's done, his palatial estate, everything he's doing, and he makes all of these people, again, all of the events of Unicorn happen because they're following coordinates that are in the Unicorn cockpit that unlock to him, that just take them to different places to make them feel bad. Thousands die because of this man, just in this show.
At no point does our hero, or really even anyone, condemn any of this. It's just thanks for the box,
in fact,
man. That's great.
I have to protect this old guy from getting shot by full frontal. This guy who definitely deserves to die right now.
Okay, but to be fair, the circlet goes fucking crazy. I would love one of those,
especially with
the
shoot
little
ceiling lasers.
Blue glowing bit on the front. Awesome.
Yeah.
Brian, any
really
final
cool.
thoughts?
I think that this is probably Bright Noah's best thing. For a guy who I am on record saying I think is a total bozo, that he does. And I just want to say that it's part of our discussion on sort of the crimes of the Federation kind of going unspoken in this OVA. I think one thing that's very loud and not pointed at all is that he completely gets away with what he does, and it's because that he's the commander of Londo Bell. And I just think that it's very loud that the Federation is allergic to not having a Titans, and it's literally incidental that Bright happens to be the guy leading the Titans now. And that's the only reason they're not doing another genocide. So
we call them Londo Bell. They're cool now. My final thoughts on this is that the Neo Zeong HG kit originally went for about $600. It's currently about $1,000 on eBay to get one because they haven't done a reprint of them. If anyone in the community wants to buy me a Neo Zeong, I will do an episode on any media of your choosing. Thank you for thank you. Please send it to the PO box. All right. Thanks for listening, pilots. Remember, you can reach out for advice from the team at our email, questions@osgpod.com, and non-pilots can send general questions and feedback to the same address. You can also catch up with us on social media. Links are in the description for updates and more. You'll find a link to the show Discord there. Come and hang out. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us for this one and for the 1 year pod.
Yeah, no, I feel this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. I feel very lucky to have participated in this. Like y'all are awesome and very funny and you know, often quite insightful as well.
Yeah.
So it just makes me very happy to have been a part of this at all. Like it's really, really cool. It's been very exciting for me.
The mecha community is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I hope this has been a good episode. I hope I've been fun to chat with. I hope the listeners had fun with this one as well.
Yeah, and from
I think they
Gundam.
will.
So your writings and your game, where can people find those? Can you drop your handles and tell us where they can find your writings and stuff?
I mean, I think links can be definitely put in any descriptions, etc. But my Umineko fan episode is on itch. If you have played Umineko and like it, it would mean the whole world to me if you could give it a try. And my other writing is it's linked via my Blue Sky. I can
they'll be in the description as well.
We can pop links in, yeah.
Listeners, make sure to check back in 2 weeks when we'll be discussing the 08th MS team. Until then, Princess Marita Cruz, standing down.
Never stop saying Soda Demo.